What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the City Light Project YouTube channel for yet another live fight companion here on the channel. Man, we have been back to back this weekend, starting with, I don't even remember what we started with. What was it? Octagon MMA. That's right. Started with Octagon MMA, then Pro Fury Grappling. And by the way, a lot of people are pissed off that I wasn't showing the fights on YouTube for Pro Fury. Guys, it's YouTube. I can't show the fights. You know that. We've been doing fight companions for over almost a year now. So I appreciate everybody who's joined us throughout the last few fight companions. And oh my goodness, oh my God, how about that Ryzen event, folks? That was so much fun. Again, shout out to everybody who has been joining us live here throughout these fight companions. And we are in the thick of things right now, in the thick of the prelims. Sorry I couldn't start right at the top of the prelims, folks. I just needed to nap after staying up all night streaming and doing two fight companions in a row for Ryzen. So my apologies for that. But hey, we made it. We missed 3 fights on the prelim. Hey, I caught them, and they were pretty good fights. They were pretty good fights, but excited to be here with you guys for the second New Year's Eve special MMA event that we're doing a fight companion for. As last night it was Ryzen 40 and Bellator versus Ryzen, and now we have Team USA against Team Europe for the New Year's special here, Cage Warriors 148. Right now in the cage we have Helio Hernandez out of Portugal against Chasen Blair out of the United States. Round 1. Let's get it on. Oh no, right hand. A right hand by Hernandez, or by Blair right away. Knocks down Hernandez, and that is it. That is it. We literally just jumped on here live, and we already have a knockout. If that's not good juju, I don't know what is, folks. I don't know what is. I'm going to get back to the comments in a sec here, but holy crap. Oh my God. USA for the win on that one, as Chasen Blair, the former college wrestler, 4:48 on the clock. So that 12 seconds in, and he knocks out his opponent, gets the TKO. Oh my goodness. Liam Wolf, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for joining. Brian, hello, sir. Aaron S, USA, let's go. USA, let's go, baby. In the US, we'll run down I'm just watching the replay right now. So Hernandez went for a right leg kick on the body. Hernandez read that. Boom with the right hand. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Hey, Jellyman, welcome to the stream, buddy. We don't show the fights directly. You know this. We can't do that, or else YouTube, UFC, Cage Wars, Fight Pass, they would come after us, dude. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. We do fight companions, live play-by-play, live commentary, live reaction, and most importantly, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. My goodness. What a knockout right off the bat. TKO in the blue corner. How many of you are fans of Cage Warriors? I know a few of you joined me on these streams to watch them. I know we haven't done one since the Manchester event. Was at 146, I believe it was. We missed one in between, but we are back here for 148. Good display of respect between the fighters and coaches there. Well, that was quick. That didn't take too much time to set up here, folks. I will update the ticker on the bottom of the screen and the next bout in a sec. I just want to keep catching up on these comments. What's up, Diego? What's up, Jay? Oh, no need to apologize, buddy. You are always here supporting. You're always here starting conversation. You're always here interacting. So I appreciate you, Jay. No worries. Look, man, it was hard for me to stay up too. I can't believe I made it. And then we had a guy really pissed off about the decision, the AJ McKee decision. And like he was just as bullish on that as you are bullish on some topics we've discussed here, JL. So I was so tired by the end of it. I was just convinced the guy was trolling. But anyways, appreciate you here, Jay. No need to apologize. I'm doing good, Diego. I got a few hours of sleep. I was happy to find out Bellator made the clean sweep. And honestly, I rewatched the AJ McKee fight. I went on Twitter. I even messaged and talked with Capoza a little bit. And he's in the same boat. Most people on Twitter and the non-casuals very much saw that AJ McKee was deserving to win that fight. Oh, shit. Holy crap. Damn, man. On YouTube so far, too. There you go. Yeah, I think the prelims are going to be on YouTube, and then the main event will move over to UFC Fight Pass. Man, starting the stream with the KO. Let's go. You know what else we should do here quickly? As the next fighters are being introduced, let's quickly go over what we've seen today. So Samuel Bark against Orlando Wilson Prinz. Unanimous decision for Samuel Bark. TKO ground and pound in the second round. O'Meal Brown out of the UK defeats the Brazilian Junior Ogulo. Unanimous decision, Nathan Fletcher from the UK defeats the Italian Alessandro Giordano. And what was this last one? Let me see one sec. It hasn't been updated. And that was just preparing the stream, the last one. Oh yeah, so Era Sonmez. Here, I'll just refresh this, folks, so you can see it. Yeah, Era Sonmez out of Turkey defeats Adam Meskini. He even got a 10-8 round in that. He defeats unanimous decision. He defeats Meskini. And as we just saw, Chasen Blair out of the USA knocks out Helio Hernandez in 12 freaking seconds, folks. 12 freaking seconds. Absolutely insane. As we near the featured prelim, which is going to be a title fight, which is so awesome about Cage Wars that they do that. Most of the featured prelims actually are like a pretty big and important fight. So love to see that. Love to see that. Again, if you haven't already liked the video, drop a comment in the live chat. I'll get right back to the comments here in a sec, but we're totally interactive, folks. And I love hanging out with you folks throughout these fight companions. I hope that you've been digging these fight companions that we've been doing the last few days in a row. We've been going back to back to back to back, trying to squeeze as many events in as we can before the start of this week, because today, New Year's Day, New Year's Eve, tomorrow, New Year's Day, there's no fights. Then next week, I mean, it's slim pickings until one championship and UFC come back full throttle. But I believe there's some LFA. I believe there's some, is there AFC? There's some AFC on Fight Pass. There's a few other promotions, and I will post next week's live companion schedule as soon as, Kaposa posts his. That fight was fast. Damn. All right. Just going to update the ticker on the bottom of the screen, and we'll get right back to it, folks. As what I love about Cage Wars too, there's no bullshit. There's no bullshit. There's no theatrics. There's no filler. I do like the theatrics as Horizon. What a great show, ladies and gentlemen. Both the fights and just the production value in general. Here in Cage Wars, though, they're quick. They get the fighters right out, walking into the cage as soon as the other ones are done. Let's quickly highlight both of these fighters, folks. And then again, as always, we'll continue to take your comments. It's a comment-driven live stream. You all are amazing. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that bell for notifications. Oh, maybe this isn't the fight that's happening next. Good walkout song. Again, I even wrote in the description, bout order is subject to change in Cage Wars, but I believe this is the next one here. Mr. Singh Tattoo Studio, welcome back to the stream, brother. Welcome back to the stream. Hey, folks, if you don't mind as well, drop a comment on some of the videos that you joined us over the last few days. The videos are posted now, right? They're not in stream form. So if you interact with us in the live chat, that's awesome. If you don't mind going that little extra mile and commenting on the video itself, it just helps us out. It shows YouTube that we have support, and it helps get more eyes on the videos. Again, you don't have to, but if you want to help us out further, go ahead and comment on some of the videos, some of the streams that you joined us on over the last few days. And shout out to all the new viewers live here on the City Light Project YouTube channel. We produce vlogs, we produce music content, tarantula feeding, fishing content, but I'm an MMA fan, so is Kyle. So we do reserve a portion of this channel to also do live fight companions here. And we cover every promotion. We cover multiple disciplines of martial arts as well. Okay, so actually, we're going right to the title fight. My apologies here, folks. My apologies. Like I said, bout order subject to change. I guess Dario, Bellandi, and Justin Berry has either moved to the main card or the fight was scrapped. So, like I said in the description of this video, the bout order is always subject to change on Cage Wars. So whereas we're always going to adapt live as we see these changes go down. So, okay, here we go. Featured prelim. Sam Creasey against Shajidul Haque. I'm just going to update the ticker on the bottom of the screen here. Then we'll quickly run a quick rundown over the fighters before we get into the commentary. Appreciate your comments, folks. Jessica, did you sleep at all? Few hours? Couple hours? Bellator fighters dominated Ryzen. Yes, clean sweep, 5-0. Hey, did you see me talk about Switzerland and Slovakia game? I dropped in for a little bit, buddy. I dropped in for a little bit. Everyone, go check out the Rain podcast. Okay, let's check out the fighters here. We have, and again, folks, this is a title fight. This is a title fight. This is for the flyweight champion. So this is 5-minute rounds. We have Sam Creasey out of the UK. He's the champion. 16-4, 4-1 in his last 5 fights out of England. He's 35 years old. 11-4 in Cage Warriors, folks. 11-4. He beat Stipe Pritchett via high arm guillotine. Locked to Luke Shanks, but before then went on a 4-fight win streak, won the title in his last fight, and now is facing Shajidul Haque, Superman, 14-5, also 4-1 in his last 5 fights, but he's on a 4-fight win streak, 32 years of age. He's fought in Cage Warriors. He's fought in Made for the Cage, and he's also fought in Almighty Fighting Championship. Round 1.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. Here's a quick little look at his record here on his 4-fight win streak. Likes to ground and pound, likes to TKO, split decision, and unanimous decision. So he's very much well-rounded. 10 seconds go by. 11, 12. All right, so this fight is officially longer than the last fight that we just called on this channel. Yesterday, I only had 2 drops where I said cage instead of ring, by the way, for Ryzen. Center of the cage right now, both of these guys. Trying to gauge each other's timing. Both of them good footwork from what I see off the bat. And the champion's pretty well-rounded too. It's won by submission, decisions, a healthy mix of decisions, submissions, and TKOs. What a nice left jab by Haque. Haque in the blue corner, the champion, Creasey in the red. Peak Master, good evening, folks. Good morning. Good afternoon, I should say, Peak Master. Shout out to everybody joining us live here on the City Light Project YouTube channel. Live play-by-play, commentary, reaction, and interaction with all you folks here. Last live stream of the week, of the weekend, folks. We'll post a schedule for next week, sometime Monday or Tuesday. Crammed a lot in the last 2 days, and I appreciate everybody who showed so much support. I know we pissed off a lot of grappling fans. They thought they were going to watch it for free on YouTube. They don't understand. They still don't understand. The copyright is an issue, but hey, they can go buy Fight Pass like the rest of us, right? Or just find somewhere else to watch it. But anyways, 3 minutes left. Some nice hands by Haque. By no means is the champion dominating him in the first 2 rounds. Some good counters by Creasey. Haque looking like more of the aggressor here. Creasey, a little bit of height advantage, a little bit of reach advantage. No! Just when I say that, Creasey caught Haque on the entry. Haque looks so good at employing his jab, getting in the pocket and out. As you can see, Creasey, his nose is bleeding right now as that left jab is landing, but on his entry there, great timing by Creasey. I think he landed with a straight left that stunned Haque and actually sent him back. He wobbled for a little bit too. You're not that guy, pal. I'm not your buddy, friend. What's up, my man? You're not my buddy, friend. Good day, Peak. Look at that. Excited to have you all here. 30 viewers already. This is amazing. Thank you all so much for joining. Thank you all so much for joining. You guys are absolutely amazing. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. I hope you all enjoy the last of the weekend holiday break here before the grind of 2023 begins. A nice body kick by Haque. Haque still being aggressive here despite being a little bit rocked about a minute ago. Neither of these guys have elected to try to take this to the ground, though. This might just be a scrap. Unless one of their corners begs for an adjustment, neither of them seems, completely outclassed by the other on the feet yet. 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the first round. Yes, Happy New Year. Thank you so much, buddy. Happy New Year to you as well. I appreciate you, good sir. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this first bout. Or first round, I should say, in this featured prelim. Really awesome for Fight Pass, too, to post the prelims for free on YouTube for those who don't have Fight Pass. Oh, and there we go. Single leg takedown by Haque. I love how Cage Warriors just shortened his name on the broadcast. Butterfly guard for Sam Creasey here. Sam Creasey working from the back here on the defense. Look at that. Wow, that was a beautiful, beautiful display of technique there. Sam Creasey got the double underhooks on his back and used Haque, pulled him in and used his body weight to stand back up. Great display there by the champion. Solid first round here for a championship fight. And this fight is slated for 5-minute rounds. Final 30 seconds left. I think it's Sam Creasey. He's long. He's tall. His hooks have power. Haque is very much having to set the pace quickly in the pocket, land something, and exit quickly or employ that jab that he's continued to do. Overhand right attempt by Haque, a good read by Creasey. Creasey clinches up. Final 10 seconds of the first round. He's bleeding from his nose. Yeah, that straight left jab has tagged him a few times. But, end of the first round, folks. Creasey did rock Haque just a little bit. He sent him back, as I'm sure we'll see the replay there. But Haque doing a good job of getting the takedown. But that, man, Creasey getting back up to his feet, that was a thing of beauty. Team Europe says Peak Master. Yeah, Team USA versus Team Europe in this Cage Warriors 148 New Year's Eve special event. Back-to-back New Year's Eve special events on this channel too, folks, as we covered Ryzen 4. Oh, I guess it was a knockdown. He did fall on his ass there. I thought maybe he stumbled. It happened so quickly, but no, Haque did fall on his ass there after getting rocked, but a beautiful single leg takedown by Haque as well. But like I said, folks, Ryzen had their amazing New Year's event. Bellator versus Ryzen. Bellator cleaned up. Clean sweep 5-0. I still think it was good for Ryzen to do that despite their champions losing. There was a few fights that were close. I mean, the last one pissed off our newest community member, Apex, in the chat. Like, he was pissed. And I, quite frankly, was so tired and didn't have the patience for him. I thought he was trolling. Charles versus Dariush. Oh, man. I personally believe Dariush earn and deserves a title shot. I don't want to see him have to fight more contenders. He was supposed to fight Makhachev. He had to pull out due to injury. By the way, round 2, folks. Let's get it on! He had to pull out to injury. That's not his fault. Makhachev got the free ride to the title through Bobby Green. They should have rebooked Makhachev and Dariush. But of course, the Khabib factor. Whatever he says, the UFC has to comply. Oh, a nice left hook counter by Sam Creasey here. So I mean, if it happens, fine. It will be a great fight. I personally think Dariush deserves the next title shot, whether he's fighting Volkanovski for 155 if he wins, or if Makhachev defends, Dariush, I believe, gets the next title shot. I think he's deserved it, man. Honestly, he deserves it. He deserved the title shot before he even fought Gamrot, and they fed him Gamrot. Come on. And he proved that, okay, it's my time. It's my time. He's so humble. He's never going to say that, though. So we need to encourage the UFC to give Beneil Dariush a title shot next. So that's my opinion. If, say, he loses, yeah, then him and Charles can be a future matchup. But no, I really, truly think that Dariush deserves a title shot next. Happy New Year, my G. Happy New Year to you, Zoomer Loyalist. By the way, Zoomer Loyalist, I know you're a fan of the MMA Guru. I've been loving his tier list videos. They're so good. Aiden Gear. I did see it. I wasn't streaming, but I did have it on the background as I was waking up, as I was setting everything up this morning. 3 minutes and 14 seconds left in this second round, ladies and gentlemen. Just catching up on the comments here. If anyone really needs me to do more focused play-by-play, just let me know. Let me know. If not, I kind of do a hybrid. Comment, react, and hang out with you folks in the live chat. But if you're really like, hey, chill in the live chat for a little bit and do play-by-play, just let me know. Just let me know. You know, these streams are entertainment for you guys, but also, you know, I'm watching these fights regardless. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. Sam Creasey starting to get the better of Haque on the feet, in my opinion. Took a little bit of time for Creasey to kind of download the data on Haque, as Haque has good footwork and is incredibly quick. But Haque, with the lack of reach advantage and size that his opponent has, the champion Sam Creasey, very predictable game plan right here. Decent head movement, but he is getting caught. And it's very much get in the pocket and out with a flurry of shots. And if I can, go for that takedown. Aiden, thank you so much for joining again, sir. I appreciate you. I missed the Dynamite New Year's events in Japan. Oh, man. The Pride FC was just the best thing in the world. Ryzen, though, I mean, though they don't have the talent that Pride once had, though Bellator just cleaned them up. And in my opinion, you know, Bellator is on Cage Warriors level. No disrespect to Cage Warriors. Oh, here we go. Sam Creasey has Haque up against the cage. I think an uppercut landed there. Creasey putting the pressure on, and Haque with a nice reversal up against the cage, getting the double underhooks, and Haque tried to go for the trip takedown, but Sam Creasey with a good job on the defense. Brother, have you tried doing martial arts before? However, I'm sure you spar time is kind of limited being a YouTuber. I've started jiu-jitsu in the summer, slowed down because I moved to the States, but I did find a really nice school here, and in the new year I hope to go back regularly. But yeah, my first sport I ever did was Shaolin Kung Fu, actually, from 8 to 14 years old, and did a lot of sparring competitions. My instructor, my Sifu, was very much Mr. Miyagi type. He'd sign me up for these sparring competitions without even knowing the rules, so I'd go in there and either get disqualified or get my ass kicked because I didn't know what was legal and what wasn't legal. I remember my first tournament, I went in there and just punched the kid right in the nose and got disqualified. So yes, used to do Kung Fu as the background and did a bunch of sparring competitions. 43 seconds left and a nice few flurries by Sam Creasey. Knee to the body here up against the cage. But as soon as Sam Creasey gets Haque up against the cage, Haque does a good job of reversing. Haque definitely has some wrestling in his arsenal. So yeah, you're not that guy. Started jiu-jitsu in the summer, absolutely fell in love with it. I want to get into it more and more and more, and I plan to here in 2023. Hopefully I can afford and have time to do one class per week and one open roll, maybe 2 open rolls per week in one class if I can. And then hopefully by the early 2024, I can start doing just some, lower level competitions, because I love to compete, and that's kind of the dream. End of the second round here, folks. A great round by Sam Creasey. I have him winning the first and second round. What about you? You're not that guy, pal. Do you do any martial arts? Boxing, Muay Thai. Boxing, by the way, is fun for a workout, but I just have such a glass jaw that without the biggest piece of headgear, I just get knocked out so easy. So though I like to fight and it's fun, jiu-jitsu is that happy medium where you can be competitive. It's still a puzzle. It's still a fight. It still can get aggressive. You can be competitive, but you can kind of save your brain. My back and knees are probably going to be shot by the time I'm 40. But if I continue to keep going hardcore in jiu-jitsu, but hey, I'll take back issues and knee issues over brain issues. I mean, this can be real. Did you hear Bobby talking about Islam on roids? This could be real. Well, he said that because back, I think early on in Islam's professional MMA career and I think UFC career, he was flagged by USADA at one point. Round 3, folks. Let's get it on! I don't think everyone's on roids in the UFC, much like the era in which Nick Diaz called them all out for it, with the USADA now being involved for almost a decade. But hey, what Bobby Green said about these guys coming up and how, maybe as a youth, as a developing human, taking these types of drugs, even in small doses, can sway your development, muscle development, and things like that in a certain way. So again, I'm no scientist. I did hear what Bobby Green said. I love Bobby Green, but a little ironic, Bobby Green coming off suspension saying that. I know tainted substance, blah, 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 blah. But It was just kind of funny. I love Bobby Green though. I'm more of a fan of the fighter himself, Bobby Green, than I am the fighter himself, Makhachev. But obviously Makhachev is a way better fighter, and I respect him 100% for that. 3 minutes and 55 seconds left in this third round, folks. 2 more rounds if needed in this championship fight. You're awesome, man. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is super good for your physically and mentally. Absolutely. Like I said, it's like Sudoku and wrestling mixed together. That's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, and a nice outside low kick by Sam Creasey. Again, Haque, he's bouncing around. He's still engaged in this, but Sam Creasey's getting the better of him here. Haque, though, he damaged the nose of Creasey in that first round. Creasey knocked him down. Haque, yeah, he may have gotten a takedown, but a beautiful counter and beautiful technique to get back up to his feet. Sure, if people want to get really nitpicky, the first round could be a draw or maybe slightly going to Haque. Second round dominantly for Creasey. And so far, 2 minutes into this third round, I would say that Creasey's probably up just slightly in this round as well, but we'll see. There's still 3 minutes or 2 minutes and 55 seconds left. Creasey's range and his reach are really helping him here, especially with those left hooks. The one thing I will say about Haque, though, is his left jab, when he enters, it finds its home. It finds its home. Yeah, bro, I do kickboxing, a bit of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here in New Zealand. That's awesome, bro. Dude, I can't wait to go to New Zealand. It's one of the places I want to go travel the most. Title fight in prelims, yeah, and that's what I love about Cage Wars. Their featured prelim is always a title fight or some high level fight, title eliminator or something like that, which kind of makes the prelims worth people checking into, which I love. So I think it's actually a good model. Oh, there's that left hook. There's that left hook by Creasey. He knocked down Haque again. That left hook has been so money for Creasey so far in this fight, and it lands clean on Haque and it knocks him down again. So that's 2 knockdowns. And Sam Creasey, he's baiting him, looking for it again. 1 minute and 49 seconds left. Creasey, he's feeling it right now. He's feeling it. Not worth getting CT over a hobby. Jiu-Jitsu is better to put time into. It's better to put time into Jiu-Jitsu. Good to be able to throw a punch, though. Oh, absolutely. And I can throw a punch. Just can't take a punch anymore. I don't know what happened to my jaw. Probably because of fighting. But it clicks, and I probably need surgery when I'm older. But I think it hangs a little bit. Oh, I cannot believe it. The upset of the fight. Haque just landed a right hook and knocked out Sam Creasey. He is the new champion.
Look at the finish. And it's all over.
Oh my goodness, what an upset. What an upset.
Oh
my goodness, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Just when I was like, Sam Creasey starting to run away with this. Dramatic fashion indeed, says the broadcast. Knocked down a couple times. Look at the emotions from Haque now, folks. Oh my goodness. And new, ladies and gentlemen. And new. Damn. Oh, damn, says the chat. Wow. Oh yeah, Zoomer, I was picking up what you were putting down. I mean, the way Green talked about inhumane strength. Yeah, but it's like every Dagestani has that inhumane strength. And you know what? Like, I follow hockey a lot. A lot of Russian hockey players have that like brute strength. I mean, look at Alex Ovechkin. Now, it is Russia. Dagestan's a little bit away. It's in the mountains. They have more of that. Like, I truly believe that the Dagestanis have kind of like that American farm boy strength, whereas like the other Russian athletes out of the capital, sure, maybe they've been on the Russian gas their whole life, but that's a hockey term, by the way, the Russian gas. Still an interesting conversation. I just love Bobby Green. I love listening to Bobby Green talk. Him on the Joe Rogan Experience, one of my favorite episodes. Whether you're an MMA fan or not, one of the best episodes. Yo, did an American win yet? Yes. Let me just quickly go over that. Wow, I'm blown away with what we just saw, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, we had our first American win. Chasen Blair. Dude, Chasen Blair won in 12 seconds. We jumped on the live stream and Chasen Blair in 12 seconds threw a right hook or an overhand right from hell and knocked out his opponent. I'm trying to make money online and move to Thailand. Currency arbitrage. I can't wait to go to Thailand someday as well. and new flyweight world champion Shajidul Haque increases his win streak to 6 fights in a row. 15-5 is the 32-year-old from England. Shout out to him and new, baby. And that was not an easy fight. He got knocked down twice. I mean, my goodness. Diego saying, let's go Europe. Holy shit. What's up, Pisha? Unfortunately, it wasn't under 2.5. It was in the 3rd round, buddy. So I'm sorry that maybe you lost money on that. I don't have money on any of these Cage Warriors bouts today. Usually, and by the way, folks, I'm an okay like MMA better. I'm decent with my prediction, but it's such an unpredictable sport, right? Especially in some of the smaller divisions where like knockouts like this can happen out of nowhere versus the UFC. Like if you want to make money, just bet the underdogs on Bellator. You're bound to make a good chunk of change because they have like minus 800s losing in the first round in that freaking promotion. For some reason, I usually have a good gauge on Cage Warriors. I remember the last one we did, I think I went 9-3-1 on my predictions or something like that. And I won a few $100 on the Cage Warriors Manchester card as well. What a punch indeed. Wow. Oh, and a great display of respect by the old champion to the new. Unbelievable, folks. And you know what? Cage Warriors, their broadcast is pretty damn amazing. They've come so far since the Cage Rage days. And shout out to everybody tuning in live here on the City Life Project YouTube channel. You all are amazing. I'm so happy that you all got to witness that with me here on this channel. Sorry I couldn't start a little earlier right at the top of the prelims. Usually when we do Cage Warriors events, we do top to bottom, early prelims, all the way to the main card and the main event. Folks, I've been literally streaming 16 out of the last 24 hours. So I needed a little bit of a break. I needed to eat some breakfast. I needed to show my roommates that I was actually alive. I needed to actually get a little bit of sleep as well after the Ryzen event. Now, I was fully prepared to stay up all night and watch Ryzen. I was preparing for that. The stream was awesome. I was unprepared for how many people were going to join and how hyped everyone was for it. And that just honestly kept me going. Like, yeah, I was tired towards the end, but it was more like mentally exhausted, not physically tired. As after, it didn't take me like an hour to go to bed because I was just buzzing off of that event. And I actually rewatched, as I was going to bed, I rewatched the AJ McKee fight because I was a little bit rattled that we had one guy just so bullish on AJ McKee losing that fight that I actually like reached out to some friends on the MMA community on Twitter. I actually rewatched the fight, and I do not think that was a robbery at all. I think it was a decently close fight, but I can totally see why AJ McKee won that one. Dang. Bukauskas and the dentist both on the main card. What's up, Benjamin? Thank you so much for coming back here, buddy. Is Patty broadcasting or is it only sometimes? I think only sometimes. I mean, he's a Cage Warriors darling. His manager is the owner of Cage Warriors. Okay, so we haven't seen this Dario, Bellandi, and Justin Berry fight yet, actually, folks. So my apologies. Someone asked me that earlier. I got it mixed up. Who asked me that? Yeah, sorry so much. Sorry, Aiden. I got confused there because before this fight, we threw it up on screen and then they skipped it. So I think maybe they've put that fight on the main card. We shall see in a few moments' time. I believe they might have moved that to the main card as it doesn't look like it is scrapped. No, so the fight not canceled. Oh my goodness, did you see this? Jesse Taylor injured from a hit and run. Is this the Jesse Taylor, by the way? Are you kidding me? JT Money, Jesse Taylor was supposed to fight on this card and he was removed because of a hit and run? You all recognize Jesse Taylor from, what was it? The Rampage and Forrest Griffin season of The Ultimate Fighter and The Ultimate Fighter comebacks. That is crazy. Hit and run. We have to dig into that story a little bit because he was going to be representing Team USA. I was wondering what happened to Jesse Taylor. Wow. That's crazy. Did you guys know that that's what went down? So maybe because of those two fights being canceled, that they wanted to add and beef up the main card. And yes, it looks like Dario, Bellandi, and Justin Berry might be the first fight on the main card. So we'll continue to monitor that, folks. We will continue to monitor that. I appreciate all of you. I'm going to get caught back up with the comments here. You're back again, Isha, working 24 hours today. It seems like it. I mean, only 16 of the last 24 hours and however many hours this stream is going to be. But this is the last stream and straight up, this is the last like good MMA and or combat sporting event until next weekend. I mean, there might be some towards the end of the week next week. I know LFA is coming back. You know, we can take a look together on Fight Pass and compose a schedule in just a moment here. But long the short of it, like I said, came in hot this weekend. We were going to pile a lot into a few days, as I know last week it was Christmas and it was slim pickings for mixed martial arts events. So I was only able to do one stream. We did Fairtex Muay Thai, which honestly, the Fairtex Muay Thai event was awesome. For free on YouTube, I mean, it's an absolute treat. So if you guys are into Muay Thai, the Fairtex Muay Thai on YouTube, they do, the production value is like, it's okay. But for what it is, a free stream on YouTube, the fights were unbelievable. So we did that last week. And then I promised you guys, because I say we always do a minimum of 2 of these a week. I promised you guys I'd make up for it. And we do a bunch this weekend, which we have. So I appreciate all of you joining. My lips get so chapped in the winter, even with chapstick. Mine haven't been too bad. They usually do. I think with me, it's like the extreme. Like if I go from, you know, where I'm from, for example, Vancouver Island, a very humid climate, and then like land in a dry climate, then like I'm fucked. Like it's just like, it's over and it's like for a few weeks, there's no coming back from it. Since I've been in the Midwest for a little bit now, it's like, I think I adapted. I think I adapted because it hasn't been too bad. I always keep a Burt's Bees in my pocket though, just in case. I've been in and out of your streams since the Fury Pro event. Respect. Well, thank you so much, Sammy Silver. Hey, Sammy Silver, do me a favor. If you want, comment on the video Fury Pro and show me a little support, because we have a lot of haters who are commenting on that video, saying that I bait and switched them. They're so mad I wasn't showing the fights. I mean, guys, it's YouTube. It's YouTube in almost 2023. The fact that people think that I can still show content that's not mine is crazy. I know, and even the profile pictures, I know it's similar, but I want them to look good on the channel. I'm not just going to post me going like, hey, fight companion, eh? Like, no, man. Even the Guru posts the actual, event pictures of the UFC and stuff. And to be honest, I changed them a little bit to not just copy. I add some flair. Sometimes I even just make the pictures myself by using a few different posters and putting them together. So if you guys don't mind, it always helps the channel, so that YouTube pushes it in front of more eyes. If you guys comment on the videos after they're posted, again, you don't have to. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm asking you if you want, as a holiday gift to myself and Kyle. It would be awesome if you guys do that every now and then. I'd appreciate it so much. Like I say, I'm never going to ask you guys for donations. I'm never going to ask you guys to become members of the channel. That's extra stuff that you guys can do, and we appreciate it. Of course, we appreciate it. But even the little things like liking the video, dropping comments in the live chat, and commenting on the videos after it's posted, those are little things that just honestly help us just as much as people who throw in the donations and things like that. So again, you all are amazing. Just the fact that you guys are showing up here, it's just so awesome. I did not expect this many people to be joining us, on a Cage Warrior stream on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve. Again, so grateful, so grateful. Drop a comment in the live chat, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications. If you're shy and don't want to drop a comment in the live chat, that's totally cool. I'm just glad you're here. Vote in the poll question. If you put it this way, if there's an option in the poll question that is not your New Year's tradition, comment in the live chat. But again, if you're shy, that's cool. Just comment, sit back, relax, and enjoy these fights with us. Appreciate you, Sammy Silver. Diego, what time did you go to sleep? 8 a.m.? Whoa. That was the main event, lol. That was the main event of the prelims, brother. We have a whole fight card ahead of us. Brother. That was only the main event of the prelims. That was only the main event in the prelims. In 15 minutes time, we have the main card, Cage Warriors Europe versus USA, baby. You've been getting more views on average. You know what? And I'm very thankful for that. I'm very thankful for that. I had no idea that UFC Fight Pass Invitational was going to blow up the way it did. I had no idea that KSW was going to blow up the way it did. Very thankful that a lot of people tuned in for the Ryzen one. And I mean, yeah, the Fury Pro, we had a great turnout as well. Just some people were really pissed off really pissed off at themselves that they're too cheap to buy Fight Pass. That's what it all comes down to. They think they got punked. They punked themselves, folks. They punked themselves. What channel is the Fairtex Muay Thai on? I think it's just Fairtex Muay Thai. Here, let me give me 1 sec. I'll bring it up on YouTube. Give me 1 sec here. I have it as my I've subscribed to them, so I'll just check out some of the channels I'm subscribed to, and it should pop right up. So give me 1 sec. I'm just going on YouTube right now and checking it out. I think it's just Fairtex Fight. Yeah, so it's at Fairtex Fight 4120. But if you look up Fairtex Fight, they're the channel with about 2,100 subscribers. You know what? I'll just throw the link in the live chat here for you guys. How about that? Makes it easier on all of us. If you guys want more channels on YouTube that show a bunch of free fights, just let me know. Like, I'm subscribed to pretty much all of them. And if you want a schedule to see where there's a ton of free fights, you know, again, on YouTube, that's the promotion put out there for free. So there's no funny business. There's nothing illegal going on. Oh, I see. I'm getting behind in the comments. I'll get right back to them in a second here. Just let me know. Even just comment on videos or comment on our community tab, or hit me up on Twitter at VS Sports Talk, and I will 100%. Hit you guys up with all of these channels that I subscribe to. And again, I'm a fight junkie. I don't necessarily even put it this way. I watch twice as many fights that I even stream, folks. That's how much of a fight junkie that I am. I love combat sports so much. I love them so much. Jesse was taken to the hospital, has had MRI done and released this morning. A hit and run, though. That's insane. That's insane. I mean, I knew the guy was still fighting. He's getting up there in age. He was always such a dominant fighter, on the regionals and in every pro league that he did compete in. But man, he was going to represent USA at Cage Warriors. That's crazy. Is he signed to Cage Warriors, Jay? That's the least we can do, brother. Oh, I appreciate you, Peak Master. I appreciate you. I just love Cage Warriors because the fights are like an assembly line with no delay, despite it being run by Bolin the Weasel. Appreciate you, man. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope you're having a good one. And yes, I do like that about Cage Warriors. On the opposite side, I love the show that is Ryzen. I would say everything in between, it's like you can speed it up a little bit. I hate when the UFC does filler for their like TV broadcast. That's annoying. But yes, you were right. Cage Warriors, it's so quick. I barely have time to like take a break or highlight the fighters in between the fights. And honestly, I kind of dig that. We Workaholic. What's up, Dario? Thanks so much. Maybe put Fight Companion in bracket at the beginning of the title. I feel like people don't read the whole title, so they aren't seeing it. It's a Fight Companion. Well, it's in the first line every single time. I think the Fury Pro one, they were annoyed because it said Watch Party instead of Fight Companion. But and the only reason I didn't put Fight Companion for that one because it wasn't a fight. It was there's submission grappling matches, and I didn't have enough characters to write submission grappling companion, so I wrote Watch Party. But anyways, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's just funny how people still think that like that plebeians like myself, you know, the sheep of the world, the plebs, have the rights to post content that's not theirs. I always get so surprised when it's like obviously it's going to be play by play. Am I the only one who thinks that way? Maybe it's just I spend more time on YouTube than people and work with YouTube, but I feel like I hold people to a higher regard. I hold people to a higher intelligence than they are sometimes. I meant JT was the main event, so extra crappy. Just added a comment to the Ryzen video, and I did not mention the ropes. Ludicrous. Yeah, Peak Masters, he hates the ring that Ryzen has. Again, my stance on it is that they're a little bit different and they're a unique promotion, and I love that they hold the Japanese hold tradition to an amazing regard, and it's an ode to pride, it's an ode to Japanese wrestling, and it's never gonna change. Isn't K1 in a ring as well? Yeah, sucks missing a main event. Sandhagen versus Vera. Ooh, I can't wait for that one. I love both of the fighters, so it's gonna be hard, like as a fan, to watch that one. But a fan of both of the personalities, the fighters themselves. But as a fan of the sport, I mean, that should be such an amazing fight. Such an amazing fight. I think this is what I think on the fights, and let me know your guys' thoughts in the live chat as well. I think that if it goes the distance, Sandhagen is gonna do more damage, and he's gonna outpoint him. He's gonna strike more. He's gonna utilize more tools. Chito Vera is very much I will take shots in the pocket to wait for that perfect kill shot, and we've seen that throughout his career. Yes, he can get into brawls, and yes, we've seen that early in his career, but as of late, he very much waits, takes a few shots here and there, because he's massive for the division too, right? So I do believe he's a lot bigger than Corey Sandhagen, longer as well. Corey Sandhagen, I mean, he's going to get beaten up if he gets too comfortable in the pocket as well. But I think, again, long and the short of it, if it goes the distance, it's Sandhagen's fight. If it does not go 5 rounds, I believe it's going to be a 5-round fight, right? Because they're headlining. If it doesn't go, whatever. If it doesn't go the distance, then I think it's because Chito Vera has knocked out Corey Sandhagen. I know Corey Sandhagen doesn't get knocked out often. I know that, I don't think he's ever been knocked out in the UFC. Actually, he's been finished by Aljamain Sterling, but I don't think he's been knocked out. He's been rocked very hard by Piotr Jan. But again, I think that Chito Vera has that power that Piotr Jan has. And I think that if Chito Vera lands clean with another kick, perhaps, with his hooks, which are deadly. And again, he's a big guy for the division. I think if it goes to a finish, if the fight is finished before 5 rounds, 3 rounds, whatever it's going to be, then I think Chito Vera wins. If it goes the distance, I'm giving it to Corey Sandhagen. I love Corey Sandhagen's style. I love Chito Vera. Sandhagen's like the new, more deadlier Dominic Cruz. Like the way that Dominic Cruz moved and employed that crazy footwork at a time that was so ahead of its time. I feel like Sandhagen took that and evolved it and added like a Muay Thai element to it as well, rather than just unbelievable footwork that Cruz employed with his wrestling background. There you go, Sammy. There you go. Sammy, hit me up on this video after it's posted in the comments, or on our community tab, or on Twitter if you have Twitter @VS Sports. And I'll hook you up links to a lot of great free Muay Thai promotions. Some of them, it's all in Thai. So you can't really read it. It's when it goes live, you just kind of put on some other music in the background unless you want to hear, Thai commentators. But there are some that have just English dub over them as well. People just don't know how the internet works. Yeah. And I guess I don't make it any easier for them. But hey, for SEO, searchability, I got to kind of toe that line. I got to be somewhere in the middle. And I guess I can't please everybody. Usually the haters don't shake me, but there was no good comments and only poor comments on that one. I was like, man, I've been grinding these last few days. Where was all the hate during the live stream? They just wait. Those keyboard warriors. Hernan, Isha, I love you for being so cool. Hernan, I love you for all the support, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I hope you're feeling okay. I know you had a few drinky poos to celebrate New Year's. I hope the hangover's not too bad, buddy. Drink a lot of water. Sandhagen's going to be like Poirier, I think, just buckles in key fights. Well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, only the Aljamain Sterling one is where I'd say he buckled. I would say in the Piotr Jan fight, he took that fight on short notice. I think he only had 30 days to prepare for it or something like that. And he won the first round quite dominantly. Hell, I think there's even an argument for him to win either the second or third. I forget which one it was. It's been a while since I watched that fight. But then he slowed down and started to get rocked towards the end of that fight. And, he doesn't make excuses, but we all knew if he had a full camp, I don't necessarily think it was a lock for him to beat Jan, but I think it would have been a more tightly contested bout. Song Yadong was a great fight, and people were saying that he was losing that fight. I don't think he was losing. I think it was another close fight. But even so, this is a great opportunity for him on a bigger stage to maybe exercise some of those demons. He definitely has the skill to be a champ. I think he's mentally strong too. What's cool about him is he recognizes when he has to make those, mental changes to focus and toughen up, that mental side of the game. And I just love Sandhagen. He's kind of like a ninja. He's kind of like a more Americanized, because he is American, but he's a West Coast American. So, he has that like hippie spiritual vibe to him, but he reminds me a little bit of Yuri Prohaska in the way that he talks about fighting. Cruz took his footwork from the great Willie Pep. It's called a V-step, the DC footwork magic. This is what I also love about these live streams. You guys teach me so much. Like I am no expert. I'm a fan. I'm a fan and I'm a practitioner. And I love sport. Like I love MMA. My 3 favorite sports, and you can all guess the common denominator between them: box, lacrosse, ice hockey, MMA. All have fighting involved with them. So I love fights. That's why I love MMA. That's why I love Muay Thai, boxing, kickboxing, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all of it. But I don't know everything about the history at all. I know a lot of the history about the UFC, but that's why I love having you guys here to teach me a lot as well. I got super wasted yesterday at the bar and spent all my money. Oh no. Today, just water and hydration. Hernan, are you on the West Coast? Or where are you from, buddy? Because I'm curious. There's this new thing called Liquid IV out there. It's like an electrolyte package. Man, that shit, it's the savior. Liquid IV. No, I mean, I'm giving them free ads. They're not even sponsoring this channel, and I will still go to bat for Liquid IV. Happy New Year, Hernan. Don't listen to the Cheeto Dust Warriors, brother. You do a great job on here, YouTube. I have mad respect for you and how much effort you put into how personal you are with your audience. Love you, brother. Oh, man. It's comments like that make it all worth it, man. Honestly, thank you so much. I try to give everyone some attention here, try to give everyone some love, because you guys are taking time out of your day to watch these fights and hang out here. And I want to make sure that, I show my appreciation for that. So you're amazing, buddy. Thank you so much. Even though you're not my buddy guy, you can be my guy, pal. Happy New Year, everyone. Let's make it a great one. 2023, baby. Let's go. Like, what should be Kyle and my goal for this channel, man? Last year we were like, hell, if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, that would be amazing. Well, we freaking doubled that. And I still can't believe it. Thank you, One Championship and half of Singapore, for subscribing to the channel. But still, what do you guys think our goal should be for 2023? What are some things that you want to see from the channel? Do you want me to see, because I know before I moved, when I was still living in British Columbia, I did a ton, or I didn't do a ton. I did a few UFC previews where I gave my picks and ran down each card. I don't know if you guys have seen those on the channel. If you go to the videos on the channel, not the live tab, but the videos, and you scroll down, you'll see that I did a few of them. Do you want me to bring those back? Would you like me to do more fight reactions and like actual fight reactions from like videos outside of just like clipping up my reactions from these streams? I would love some feedback, because I want to take a step forward. I want to do more on the MMA side on this channel. We are going to be launching a podcast, the City Fight podcast. It's going to be a vodcast. Like, I'll probably throw the audio on Apple Podcasts and all that as well, but still trying to work out the schedule and get a ton of content banked before we launch. But it's going to be a mix of Kyle and I running down fights, historic MMA moments, stories, maybe those deep cut stories in MMA that not everybody knows about, as well as fighter interviews and other MMA creator interviews as well. And it's going to be, as highly produced as, I'm a video editor, so I'll try to work some magic. But we are going to be launching that, and exclusive members on the channel will get access to those videos 24 hours before they drop. Just an extra perk for the exclusive members. But that is something that I am going to be launching on this channel. Kyle is going balls to the wall with his fishing content and tarantula feeding content. It's just unbelievable the work that Kyle is doing. So we are going to be pushing the content more. We're going to be doing more. We're going to up the quality and everything like that. But long or the short of it, what do you guys want to see? Is there anything in particular that we can do on the channel some more content that you guys would like to see. And I'll be honest and say, like, if we can't do it, if it's too much given our schedule and just capacity to edit and things like that right now, I'll be straight up with you guys. But I would really love some feedback, because again, the channel's for you guys. I mean, we just love creating. Kyle and I are artists. We were the City Life Project. I don't know if you guys know, and I'll catch up with the comments in a sec as I see they're piling up. The City Life Project, before it was a YouTube channel, Kyle and I were in a band together called the City Life Project. So we've been creating for 12 years now. We've known each other for 12 years. And it wasn't until last year where he's still working on his own album, which is dropping very, very soon. And we'll continue to pump that up as well. I think Kyle's actually posting some video content of him in the recording studio coming up soon. But yeah, man, we've been creating for forever, and we want to continue to keep creating amazing content for you guys. All right, we'll speed through the comments here, buddy. Do you think O'Malley is ever going to bulk up to featherweight? He's very vocal about not wanting to. Maybe if he fights, into his mid-30s, which I don't think O'Malley's the type of fighter who will do that. But if he fights into his mid-30s, the cuts get harder and harder the older you get. So perhaps, but I think he sticks at this weight division until he can. He's super disciplined about his diet and everything too. So it's not like he bulks up a ton during the in between fights in the off season. So I think he entertains it towards the end of his career, but I think he stays 135 for the time being. Yes, main card is next. Willie Pep won a boxing match without throwing a punch, just stepping around the ring untouchable. That's amazing. O'Malley would be too small at featherweight, I think. He's skinny, but he's tall. That's the thing. And he does cut a lot of weight, but he manages his weight. Like if he let it go, he says he balloons up, but he's very cognizant of his weight, of his sleep, of his diet, all that stuff during the off season. I was able to get a month of Fight Pass for like $2 because they don't have much going on in MMA right now, and it was on sale. That's awesome, buddy. That's awesome. I just love Fight Pass. For me, I don't mind paying for things that I know I'm going to take advantage of and watch. Like if I bought Fight Pass and never watched it, I'd be kicking myself and I'd be annoyed. But I watch this freaking app more than Netflix. I canceled my own Netflix. Well, actually, I canceled my Netflix a while ago, but still, I wouldn't bring it back. I wouldn't bring it back because I have Fight Pass. I don't need Netflix when I have a fight library. Isha, have you tried Pocari Sweat? I got some next to me. It's from Japan. I haven't. I could see 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Dude, I was thinking like 5,000. You could see 10,000? We have to do something special if we get 10,000 subscribers. Like a special 10,000 subscriber live stream video content. Hell, maybe even like concert for you guys. Something like that. That would be amazing. Hell, if we get to 8,000, I'll be happy. Shit, if we get to 5,000, I'll be happy. If we get to 8,000, I'll be absolutely over the moon. All right, main card is just starting right now. My New Year's resolution is to start jiu-jitsu and stick with it. Hell yeah, Zoomer loyalists. And you know what? Again, that's me as well. To get more into it. Because right now I'm like a casual jiu-jitsu practitioner, but I want to actually get disciplined. I actually want to go, like I said, minimum one class, one roll a week. And I'd love to do more. Okay, I'm going to burn through some of these comments quick here, folks, because we do have a lot of them. Each, I think it would be cool to add a time clock so we can match up our times. I think we should also do bet wars where we can all bet, no money involved, and create some drama every single fight. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, I always give my predictions, and Shane and I, my buddy Shane Van Nice, we always goes head-to-heads with the beer bets. Whenever Shane's in a live stream, we go bet for beers. Hernan, I will try my best to get a fight clock. With the program I'm using right now, it's a little tough, but a lot of people have asked for that, and we are working on it. So, you know what? I'm going to add that. I have a list of crucial things for 2023 for the channel. I'm adding that to the list, brother. I'm adding that to the list right now. So much for burning through the comments, Isha. Jeez. Fight clock, and fun betting games. Maybe some like regular betting segments, some, a regular segment that maybe like everyone kind of looks forward to and knows that's coming, something like that. But appreciate it, brother. Would love to see you have videos where you talk about MMA news and fight announcements. All right, so just like some commentary stuff, some commentary MMA stuff. Writing that down too, buddy. Thank you so much. Jessica Fats, sorry for the delayed comment there. I'm a few minutes behind your comments there. We have Dario Bellandi against Justin Berry is the next fight. That prelim fight was moved to the main card as we had a few cancellations coming into this one. So again, Dario Bellandi up against Justin Berry. I'll update the ticker on the bottom of the screen. We'll continue to fire through some of these comments. Sorry, I'm a little behind on the comments, folks. I know I've been kind of talking away. I'm talking away here, and sometimes I let them pile up. I see them all here. I will address them all in one moment. Appreciate your patience. And appreciate the feedback and some suggestions, because again, I want you guys to stay excited for this channel, and I want to produce content that you guys will come back for. You should do a vid talking about Hazmat and Rakhmonov. Neither of them can get a fight right now. Done. Watch, I'm gonna make the video. I'm gonna be like posting it on YouTube, and then they're gonna have a fight announcement. We want to see you show the fights, silly goose. Well, Benjamin, you know that's not possible, buddy. Benjamin's a smart guy. Benjamin's a smart guy. Hey, Benjamin, if you can get UFC Fight Pass to hire me, because I've tried as an ambassador, and then I can show the fights, but till then I can't do it, buddy. MF, he event over Fight Pass saying it is. Huh? What you saying, Theo Gate? I heard rumors online that they're starting an OnlyFans in 2023. Us? Me and Kyle starting an OnlyFans? Well, I mean, depends how much demand we get. Dovey, Dario Bellandi trains with me in the same gym. I'm quite positive he will win. Well, you know what? That's my pick then. That is my pick. That is who I'm rooting for. Let's go, buddy. Thank you so much for joining the stream. O'Malley versus Cater would be an amazing fight. Oh, yes. I honestly think Cater outboxes him. O'Malley might take that fight to the ground. I'm not a BJJ guy, buddy. Yeah, Peak Master doesn't like the grappling much. Who's winning the next fight? I'm going with Dario Bellandi from Italy up against Justin Berry of the United States. Justin Berry's 3-0. He's making his walkout right now. Let's just dive in. I want to catch up. Am I caught up on the comments? Okay, I'm pretty much caught up on the comments here. Does anyone know when the main card stream will be going? Mine's not working right now. Zach, what is up, Zach? Thank you so much for joining. It just started right now, brother. It just started 3 minutes ago. I'm watching on UFC Fight Pass, and we have Justin Berry making his walkout to the cage right now. He's famous for his KO win at Cage Warriors 130. He has multiple fights. Okay, I was reading some of the notes on Cage Warriors about him, but let's be honest, the notes aren't even that good on that one. Let's do a quick rundown here, folks. Can't wait for the Islam Volk fight. Absolutely. I can't wait for Darius to take on the winner of that fight. Let's go, Italy, says Jay. Again, shout out to everybody joining us. Cage Warriors 148. Team Europe versus Team USA on this New Year's Eve special. Justin Berry, folks, let's take a look at his career here. He's 34 years old, 4 wins in a row, 3 pro MMA. That means he did have an amateur bout in which he won. And since joining Cage Warriors, he has 2 fights in Cage Warriors, 2-0, and he's also fought in, what the heck is this league? Whatever this league is, FCOC 69. Nice. The American, Justin Berry. His opponent out of Italy, he is 3-1 in his pro MMA career. Won his last fight via triangle choke in the second round in Cage Warriors. Lost a unanimous decision to Will Curry before that. Before entering Cage Warriors, won 2 fights in lesser promotions. One just a win and one via KO, TKO. He did have a decorated amateur career. My goodness, did he ever have a decorated amateur career, going 13-2 on the amateur scene before Cage Warriors. And look at him. He's walking out right now to Queen, We Will Rock You. Oh, this song's so pumping. How many of you, grew up watching the Mighty Ducks movies, and when this song came on, you just wanted to like skate your heart out and go score a hat trick? I'm going with the Italian, Justin Berry. He's going to suffer his first loss after this one. Going with the Italian, like I said. Going with our boys friend in the live chat. locking it in. Let's go, baby, says Peak Master. Again, I apologize for getting a little behind on some of the comments there, folks, but it's a good problem to have when the chat is buzzing, and I'm so grateful to have you all here. So Theogate, I'm thinking Dario Bellandi wins this one. Let's take a look at how Justin Berry, again, won his fights. Unanimous decision, TKO, crescent kick. Unanimous decision. Key lock. Oh, interesting. Okay, so a mixed arsenal there by him. Where is Bellandi, sorry. He's got some submissions, KO, TKO. He seems pretty well-rounded as well. Now, I know in the amateur scene, sometimes you can throw up these crazy submissions or knockouts and make them look easy, but I'm going for the Italian on this one, folks. I'm going for the Italian. Our boy, Edu V, who trains with him. Let's freaking go, buddy. Zach, did the stream end up working, brother? I refreshed it on Fight Pass and it worked for me. Again, shout out to you all joining us live here on the channel. Like the video, drop a comment in the live chat if you want to interact. We're totally interactive. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload. I mean, you guys with the kind words today, you're making me blush. You're all way too kind. Again, if you have more suggestions, I know Benjamin, you have the suggestion of all suggestions. I can't show the live fights. I wish I could. You know, someday I hope to be hired by one of these MMA promotions and I can do the whole ambassador, watch party on YouTube and I can show some of the fights. But until then, I'll make up for it with some other MMA content. We had some suggestions to get a fight clock up on the stream. I'm going to work to do that, folks. I will work to do that in the new year. Maybe some fun betting head-to-head segments where we can all have like a common game that we play amongst each other in the live chat. More commentary videos about, upcoming fights, fight announcements, matchup, maybe historic things like that. And a particular video for why Khamzat and Shavkov Rakhmonov are being dodged. All right, round one, ladies and gentlemen. First fight on the main card.
Let's get it on!
Middleweights. And already throwing down. Nice straight left by Dario. Dario in the red gloves. Justin Berry in the blue. Well, red tape, I should say. Justin Berry in the blue tape. Julio, I'm watching on UFC Fight Pass, brother. And I suggest you do as well. Fight Pass is better than Netflix. If anyone else has a link for Julio, hit him up. I know some of you do. I love Fight Pass, baby. Justin Berry. Going for the single leg here on Dario. Dario with some good takedown defense. 4 minutes left in this first round. Clinched up against... Oh, they were up against the cage there. Bellandi was looking for a takedown of his own with a sweep, and they're separated back in the center of the ring. Oh, and Justin Berry landed a shot on Dario Bellandi. Bellandi desperately going for a single leg now, and he gets back up to his feet. But a great shot there by Justin Berry. Rocked Bellandi a little bit, and he still seems a little wobbly. Bellandi moving backwards here. Again, he doesn't look, he's bouncing around here, but he doesn't look like he's fully recovered. Left jab by Berry, right hand by Berry. Kick by Berry. And yeah, these punches by Bellandi, they look a little weighted right now. I don't think he's fully recovered yet. What's the try? I'm trying to make sure I'm synced. 3 minutes and 13 seconds, brother. 3 minutes and 9 seconds right on the dot. Again, fight clock, it's a great suggestion. I'm going to work my hardest to get something for this stream so that you all will know where I'm at. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left, and both of them are thrown now. It looks like Bellandi landed a shot. Justin Berry shakes his head. He goes, no, we're good. Hopefully Bellandi's recovered a little more by this time. 2 minutes and 46 seconds left in this first round. Both of these guys have landed some decent shots, but Justin Berry landed the one that counted, that knocked down Bellandi. Justin Berry just looks like a little bit more cool and crisp with his striking in the early moments of this fight. Nice inside low kick by Bellandi. Bellandi went in for a step forward left hook. Doesn't land. Misses on his jab too, does Bellandi. Jessica Facts, we are still 2 minutes 80 seconds in the first round, and Bellandi just knocked down Berry. Bellandi just knocked down Berry. Justin Berry now was shooting for a takedown. Bellandi controlling his neck, north-south. Justin Berry crawls around in a great position to get the back of Justin Berry. Bellandi now is the back of Justin Berry. He has 2 hooks in. Again, Jessica Fats. 1 minute and 52 seconds of the first round. Dario Bellandi has to switch to the body triangle here if he wants to secure these. Back mount. Dario Bellandi with the back mount switches to side here. Has not secured the body triangle, but back to back mount here. He does have the hooks in, so he is controlling Berry a little bit. Berry seems a little bloodied in the face now. Bellandi still throwing here. The ref warning Justin Berry, and that's it, folks.
Look at the finish it, and it's all over.
Oh my goodness, and just falling flat in celebration is Bellandi. Team Europe with a stunning comeback, says the broadcast, and a stunning comeback indeed. Bellandi, after getting rocked early in that fight, rocks his opponent and just pounces on him. Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's take a look at the replay here. Oh, beautiful right hand. Beautiful right hand. Maybe Justin Berry was like leaning in for a shot there. It looked like maybe he was going for a level change as he was a little low. And then, beautiful back take and great job by staying on him. I was saying, secure the body triangle. But, he clearly knew what he was doing. He did not want to finish this fight via rear naked choke. He wanted to finish this fight via TKO. That was amazing.
Yeah, that shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
Gets dropped and comes back with a great win. Oh my goodness. Wow, that was fucking crazy. Edo V, if you're still around, your boy dominated. Is it Chuck Liddell in Barry's corner? I don't know. Let's keep our eyes out and see. Maybe he's an American. Bellandi looks like a Walmart Barbosa. Bellandi does not look like Barbosa at all. Ooh, yeah, Justin Berry's nose is banged up here. Is it Chuck Liddell in this corner? I mean, I feel like Cage Warriors probably would have showed him a little bit more. Oh no, I didn't see it. Peak Master asks, is Chuck Liddell in the corner of Justin Berry? I love when you say Walmart. I use wish.com as my lesser example of a comparison. I always say it's the wish.com version of, X, Y, and Z. But Walmart works. Walmart works. Oh, it's a Roman ruler, Barbosa. He's from Germany. Ah, okay. I thought you were talking about what's his name? Edward Barbosa. This guy. One sec. Edson. Did I just say Edward? Jeez, I must be still a little tired, folks, so bear with me. Edson Barbosa. I thought who you meant, and I was like, Edson Barbosa's black. Isha, do we get more fights today? Now, this is the last of it, buddy. This is the last of it. Look at the swag of these commentators. Zebra dress shirt with a black blazer, and buddy on the right there in the color commentator. I don't know where his shirt's from, but I dig it. I'd rock that to a New Year's party. Justin lost. Justin Berry knocked down Bellandi early in that fight. Bellandi with the comeback. He ends up recovering, drops Berry, gets on top of him, secures back control, back mount, and TKO finishes the fight. Oh my goodness. Again, everybody, subscribe to the channel so that you can check out our community tab. Every Monday or Tuesday, we post our MMA Fight Companion schedule. Whew. I saved your guys' eardrums from blowing up there. I was just able to grab the volume knob on my soundboard there. I was about to sneeze into the mic. But yeah, Hernan, this is the last today, buddy. This is the last today. We'll go over Fight Pass and Capoza's fight schedule to see if there's anything we can squeeze into the beginning of the week. But to be honest, I've been working casually throughout this break, but honestly, mostly doing live streams for you guys. So I have a lot of work to catch up on tomorrow and Monday. So doubtful we'll be doing too many streams until next week. Probably not until next Friday. We'll probably do Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday, depending on what we have. But Thursday, I'm busy. I have a work meeting in the afternoon. But we will do a members only live stream on Tuesday. So if you are an exclusive member on the channel, we do exclusive member live streams every week. Died on a crusade, signed the Treaty of the Versailles, and tried to install an anti-pope. Enough history from me. Dude, Jay, I love that. I love history. Oh, Cage Warriors 149 is in San Diego, March 3rd. Oh my goodness. That is amazing. I can't wait. We're going to be doing that one, folks. We're going to be doing that one. I wish I was in San Diego for that one. Put it this way. The only fight companion where you'll actually see the fights is when I'm like on my phone at like a Cage Warriors or Bellator or UFC event, and I'm just like chilling. The bicolored beard stash is great. Yes. The guy's got a little gray on the side and middle. Totally looks like him, says Jay. That's hilarious. Again, I thought you guys said Edson Barbosa, and I was like, this guy does not look like Edson Barbosa. But obviously, I was wrong. And I got to learn a little history as a result. So thank you all so much. All right. Next, folks, we have Darren Stewart, the dentist, against, how do I pronounce his name? Guilherme Cadena, the warrior. Interesting matchup here. Interesting matchup. We got a guy 12-9 on a 4-fight losing streak against a 30-19 who's on a 4-fight winning streak. This is like a Bellator matchup, folks. There's nothing that would make me want to go to California. Sun, beach, girls, cheap hockey. He's going to Anaheim and San Jose game is dirt cheap. Driving there would suck. So honestly, I would just I'd fly there with a road bike. I've visited California before. I don't mind it. I would never live there, but I don't mind it. Wait, he's a dentist? Yeah, the announcer has that saber-toothed tiger vibe. If it's like a Bellator match, then I'm betting on the plus 1200 fighter. Who's plus 1200? I don't have the odds here on Tapology. I just don't even have a sports book open for this one because I haven't been betting. So yeah, I haven't been betting today on Cage Wars. Usually I do pretty good on Cage Wars bets. This is the promotion that I actually make my money on. All the other ones I just end up breaking even by the end of the year, or big whoop win like $100 or something like that. All right, let's go over the fighters here, folks, as they prepare to make their walkouts to the cage. Here, I'll do it on this screen for you guys so you can follow along. I just picked a random number. I don't know the odds. Oh, okay. Darren used to be in the UFC. San Diego is the best place in California. I've heard good things about San Diego. My dad, yeah, he's not a huge fan of California either, and he loves San Diego. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find some betting odds. I stay away from San Diego. I heard about weirdos like Paul Pelosi. San Diego, is that a whale's vagina? So it's politics is why you guys don't want to go to California. See, I'm more of like a nature and scenery and culture type of guy. I go into a city and just try to let, the people, the vibe, the scenery, and my experience paint the picture, not governors or whoever runs it. And if I'm not living there, then hey, I ain't paying property taxes or all that bullshit, so who cares? I'm very much a glass half full kind of guy. Try not to look at the negatives. That's me, though. I don't judge. All right, let's see. Betting odds for Cage Warriors. Okay, so Cadena is actually plus 370. Yeah, Cadena's plus 370 right now. The true beauty and culture of the Dakotas. I mean, other than that beautiful hockey rink that the Sioux play at. Oh yeah, they're not called the Sioux anymore. The Fighting Hawks and Drecker Brewing Company. That's the culture for me. Nothing says scenery like fences and needles and homeless people everywhere. Oh, Benjamin. Oh boy. I guess I'm used to it because I'm from Vancouver Island. And Benjamin, like, again, 100%. I see that you're salty, so I won't poke the bear a little bit anymore. I won't poke the bear anymore. But that's the west coast of North America, buddy. That's Vancouver Island. That's Vancouver in Canada. And for Canada, it's because the East Coast is just literally putting homeless people on a plane, on a bus, and sending them to the West Coast because they can survive on the street there. So it's that thing. It's like, if those people were living on the street in Minnesota, they would freeze to death. So they're going to somewhere warm. If I was homeless, I would do the same. Is it a problem? Absolutely. But I'm not going to judge all of the state for some shitty areas, especially when I go to the nice areas. But anyways, you don't like California. You can hate California all you want, buddy. I'm never going to move there, but I will go to UFC events and hockey games there. Lounge on the beach. Meet some pretty girls. Sing the OC theme song as I walk through Orange County. My parents brought me to Disneyland too, so I have some good memories when I was a kid going to Disneyland. No needles on California screaming, I'll tell you that much. Screaming for different reasons. All right, let's highlight these fighters here. Guilherme Cadena, the plus 360 underdog. 30-19-0, fighting out of Spain. 30 years of age. He's 2-1 in Thunderstrike Fight League, 3-0 in Hombres de Honor, 1-2 in Pit Cage Fighting, and 3-0 in Maximo Extreme Fight. Okay, so now I see why the odds are swaying. This guy hasn't fought in any big promotions. He's fought in bare knuckle, though, so he's got some dog in him. He hasn't fought in really any big promotions. As I scroll down here, and you guys can see as well. So there you go. Darren Stewart, who is the favorite despite his losing record here, 32, his recent losing record anyways, 32 years of age, is the dentist. 12-9-0, 5-7-2 no contests in the UFC, 4-2 in Cage Warriors. And he had a tough go in his last few fights. Lost to Kevin Holland, no contest with Eric Anders, lost to Eric Anders, lost to Justin Jacoby, which, by the way, Justin Jacoby, he got absolutely robbed in his last fight against Khalil Roundtree, in my opinion. And then lost to Mick Stanton in his Cage Warriors debut. And that's got to sting. Coming from the UFC, fighting some decent competition, thinking you're going to come to Cage Warriors and do well and losing your first one, that's got to sting. I hope it's motivation for him. I'm going with the former UFC fighter. I'm going with Darren the dentist to get back in the win column here, locking it in. I mean, he lost to Edwin Shabazian too. So he lost to good guys in the UFC. Was able to get 3 easier wins as Darren Wynn. Let's be honest. He was cut for falling down the stairs at the PI. No joke. Your parents took you to Disneyland, not World. That's rough. Well, I mean, we're on the West Coast, right? I've never been to Florida. Hey, I ended my USA Finland stream early because I was having trouble with the StreamYard and my video clips got removed randomly. Thank you. It's not Skid Row in LA everywhere, just like Vancouver. I mean, yeah, Hastings Street in downtown Vancouver is pretty sketchy, but there's some beauty in it as well. Same with, Vancouver Island. It's pretty sketchy with the tent cities in certain areas, but again, I'm a glass half full kind of guy. Glass half full kind of guy. Who's winning in the junior hockey? I honestly have not been watching for the last 2 days. I've been plugged into this channel doing nothing but fight stream, guys. I will be watching some junior hockey later. The fighters are about to fight here, so I will save this comment, Jay. I will save this comment and I'll run down the brackets for and the matchups for junior hockey after this fight. I got Stewart under 1.5. I got Stewart outright winning this one, locking it in. Anyone see the Skid Row documentary about the hotel where the Canadian Asian lady went missing? That's a terrifying case. Yes, I did see that. Who's fighting next? Those records may be Sam Alvey next. Round 1.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on. I got it's Darren Stewart against Guilherme Cadena out of Spain. And Stewart, right off the bat, clinches up and takes Cadena to the ground. Darren the Dentist is the guy that got robbed in the Roundtree fight. No. That's Justin Jacoby. But Jacoby, I just mentioned that just it was like a quick tidbit as Jacoby did beat Darren Stewart or when he was in the UFC. Cadena was going for an armbar early, which is smart on him on his back there while the guys aren't sweaty. If Hill takes the belt, will Yuri be able to take it back? I think so. Oh, and a nice right hand drops Cadena. Cadena back on his back and some ground and pound by Stewart. Cadena defending himself, though, pushing him off. Going for that armbar again is Cadena. He's got potentially a triangle opportunity here, or he can work for the armbar. Darren Stewart in the high guard of Cadena with one of his arms. His arms were being held by Cadena. The guard lowers a little bit as Stewart is postured up. Cadena looks heavy. 195 catch weight. 3 minutes and 22 seconds left. Dollar Store, Tyron Woodley, Betty can't even rap. Dollar Store is good. Again, I like the wish.com. That's what tickles my fancy. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in this first round. Again, shout out to everybody joining. I'll give everybody in the chat a shout out before the end of the stream. Postured up right now is Darren Stewart, laying down some elbows every opportunity he has. There it is, another elbow. Another elbow. 2 right elbows, 3 right elbows. That second one hurt as Darren Stewart goes in for some ground and pound, and that is it. It is all over. Darren Stewart back in the win column, and look, he is ecstatic. He jumps over the cage. Jumps over to the cage, joins his friends, his family, the UK spectators. Let's freaking go. Another finish here on the main card.
Oh my God.
Wow. Let's go, baby. He is back. He is back, increasing his MMA record to 13-9 now. It's looking a little bit better. Let's see if now that good juju helps him carry forward in Cage Wars, as he's still relatively young, only 32 years of age. My goodness, was Cadena outclassed? The betting lines did not lie. So 1 elbow, 2 elbow. The second one, it looked like it hit him in the side of the eye, and maybe that compromised him to the point where covered up, few more shots, the fight is over. Called it, said Jessica. Appreciate you for joining, Jessica. Elderly abuse, call the cops. Dude, Darren Stewart, he's older than Cadena. He's 32. Cadena's 30. He needed that win. Good for him indeed. Appreciate you, Craig. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy for Darren. Let's go. Wow. jumps the cage right into the crowd. He's coming back into the cage now for the official win announcement. All right, 3 more fights on this main card, folks. We got Damon Wilson against Tobias Harila next here, folks. I'll update the banner and the ticker on the bottom of the screen. TKO. Darren, the dentist, Stewart. All right, we got another USA versus Europe matchup here, folks, as we go to the featherweight division. Speaking of San Diego, California, Damon Wilson, the Nomad, the USA 5-0 featherweight contestant here, is out of San Diego, ironic, California. We'll highlight both the fighters in just a moment's time. I want to catch back up with the comments here, folks. 1 apiece for both teams. Yes, so that's a good point. Team USA is up 1, or is not up 1. Team USA has 1 victory. Team Europe has 1 victory as well. Not every card, not every fight on this entire card is a USA Europe matchup, but they have sprinkled a ton of them. How many exactly? Let me see. So on the entire card, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 USA European matchups. Damon Wilson against Tobias Harila is next. Damn, I tried betting on him too, but it was too late. Damon Wilson over 1.5, says Jessica, locking it in. Again, I'll run down the fighters in just 1 second. Let me check out the betting odds for this one. Not one of those guys who keeps like 1,000 tabs up because A, it slows down my internet, and B, it gives me anxiety. So if I have to look something up again, I usually, have to open another tab. So there you go. Bear with me, folks. Bear with me. Okay, so Wilson versus Harila under 1.5 rounds is minus 120. Let's see who has the better odds on the money line. Cage Wars. One sec, folks. Cage Warriors, 148. Let's see here. What the heck? I can't find them now. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh man, all these sites that I'm going on, they're just going over the top bets. And the top bets for this next fight is that Harila versus Wilson under 1.5 rounds is the minus 200, but it doesn't have just the straight up lines for them. Oh, here it is. No, it's just value bets. What the heck? Give me the money line already. All right, let me try this one last. Okay, here we go. Thank God. Best fight odds. I'm going to bookmark actually this website here. I'll get right back to the comments in a sec here, folks. I got a whole other tab open, so I can't see if they're coming in or not. Damon Wilson. He is plus 105 on DraftKings and BetMGM. He's minus 105 at Caesars. So it's pretty close. DraftKings, BetMGM, and Caesars. And DraftKings, Damon Wilson's plus 105. Tobias Harila is minus 125 on BetMGM. Damon Wilson is plus 100. Tobias Harila is minus 120. And at Caesars Palace, minus 105 for Damon Wilson, minus 115 for Harila. So that's why all these best bets were saying that like money line's not worth it. Go for the rounds. I'm so happy for Darren. Let's go. Chasen Blair wasn't a win for USA. It was a teabag on Europe. Wilson's like plus 100. Jay, how many fights left? We have 3 fights left, including this one, buddy. We have Damon Wilson for USA going up against Europe's Tobias Harila. And then we have Tuomas Gronvall out of Finland going up against Wilson Reis, the Brazilian. And then we have the main event of the evening. And I've seen Modestas Bukauskas fight before. He's a fun fighter to watch going up against Chuck Campbell. So there you go, Jay. 3 more fights left on this stream. Shout out to everybody who's been watching us throughout this Cage Warriors Fight Companion. Do me a favor, like the video, drop a comment in the live chat. I want to interact with you folks. If you dig the channel, if you dig my vibe, if you dig this community, subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload. A big happy new year to everybody. Everybody in the chat here. You guys are all amazing. I'll do a quick shout out here since we have a little bit of time. Jay, Jessica, my man. Still don't know what your name is, but my man. Diego, Theogate, Craig, Peak Master, Mr. Singh Tattoo, Zoomer Loyalist, Benjamin. And Benjamin's been on multiple streams, much like a lot of you guys the last few days. So big shout out to all of you. Bum, 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 bum. We got our boy from Korea. Julio, Zach, Edu, your boy one, Edu, your boy one. Sammy Silver, Hernan. You're not that guy, pal. Uh-oh, I'm gonna sneeze again. Oh, false alarm, maybe. Dario. Oh, I hate when that happens. When a sneeze comes and goes. Ugh. What's up, Sha? Shout out to you. What's up, Sha? Shout out to you, Aiden Gear. Aaron S, Liam Wolf, Jellyman, Brian, Brittany. Shout out to all you folks. Tom, you guys are amazing. I appreciate you all. Okay, so let's take a look at what's coming up in the world of mixed martial arts, folks. I'm just gonna hit up Fight Pass. See what we can maybe squeeze into the schedule this week. Again, I post my schedule either Tuesday, Wednesday latest on the community tab for what I'm going to be streaming throughout the week. What do we got coming up on Fight Pass before I go look at Capoza's schedule? LFA is next week. So we got LFA in 6 days. Oh, well, there's not much coming up here. So LFA is 6 days away. Muradov Professional League. Never heard of that. That's also in 6 days. And then LFA 50 in 13 days. Uriah Faber's A1 Combat is in 2 weeks as well as UFC Vegas 67. So UFC Vegas 67 in 14 days. Uriah Faber's A1 Combat 7, that's in 13 days. So we'll probably do both of those plus LFA 149 and maybe LFA 150. I know one championship is back, I believe, next week as well. See if Capoza has updated his fight schedule and see if there's anything coming this week. So yeah, this week might be slim pickings, folks. We might be waiting until, next Saturday to do some LFA. Or sorry, next Friday to do some LFA, which, you know what? Haven't done an LFA in a while. I'd be down to do a little LFA 149. Keep the comments. I have another tab open right now, so I'll get right back to the comments in a sec. But yeah, Capoza doesn't have anything else. Doesn't. There we go. We're back. Sorry about that, folks. Like, see what I'm saying about all those tabs? Sorry for the connection going out there. I just threw a link in the live chat. Dude, that is where I get most of my fight info. And as far as me making the schedules. This guy needs to dye his beard with the full white mustache. I like the gimmick. We had some comments about it. It doesn't work. I don't know what he's trying to pull off. I do you think it's intentional? I don't think it's intentional. I think it's just old age creeping in there. Again, I threw the link to Caposa's website. Dude, it's so awesome. Every Tuesday afternoon, he refreshes it and he adds every single fight, time, place, where you can watch it, and if he has the information who's fighting on that card, and he posts worldwide, dude, not just connected to Fight Pass, worldwide. So there you go. So it looks like, yeah, next week's going to be slim pickings. We'll do our members only stream on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we'll aim to do LFA Friday, unless, when's the next one championship? One sec. Unless there's one championship on Friday, then that gets priority. Keep the comments coming, folks. Comment-driven live stream. You all are amazing. So happy to see you all here today. One on Prime, video 6. Superbon versus Alizov. Ooh, excited for that one. That is in 2 weeks as well. January 13th and 14th. Ooh. We might go back to back here with some fight streams that weekend as well. Oh, I can't wait for that. Stamp Fairtex is also fighting in that one. I mean, whenever Stamp Fairtex is fighting, that's appointment viewing. Am I right? God. Like, what would I say? As far as like my crushes in MMA go, it's like Shevchenko and Fairtex are up there. How fake is Jake Paul fight? I don't know. I wouldn't say fake. I wouldn't say fake at all. Is he a good boxer? No. Is he a boxer now? Well, yeah. But that's the thing. Like, the guy has to fight some actual boxers. But put it this way. If I was in his shoes, I wouldn't do anything different. Fighting high-profile names in the world of mixed martial arts to create buzz. You know, retired high-profile names. You know, high-profile names who are out of the spotlight, but still... being able to get wins against them helps. And put it this way, you have to have good hands to be able to knock out a Tyron Woodley, for example. Now, I know Tyron Woodley, he's way past his prime, he's 40 years old or whatever, but the guy was still in tremendous shape. Like, you still have to have power, and I don't want to dog the guy for training. And that's the thing. Like, I respect the work ethic that guy has. Content creation, not my thing. That he does, right? It's not even like before he became Jake Paul the boxer, I wasn't into his content and things like that, but the guy hustled. And now he's seemingly going all in the combat sports profession. He has his own promotion, and he's training boxing and fighting, and kind of at least every fighter that he's fought, though not a traditional boxer, is a little bit step up in competition. So again, if I was in his shoes, if I was a rich bastard, actually, I don't know if he's a literal bastard, but you know what I mean? If I was a rich motherfucker, again, don't know if that's literal, but it's Jake Paul, so probably. I would do the exact same thing. No point in jumping into the fire, hurting yourself. When you can go in there all cocky, piss off some old farts in the world of MMA. Although he didn't piss off Anderson Silva. And put on a show. Looks like he did a wicked line of coke. Love this music as the fighters make their walkout now. I had an argument with someone about this. Anderson Silva has a legitimate boxing career. Therefore, he's also a professional boxer. So Jake Paul did fight a pro boxer when he fought Silva. Yes, that I was arguing with people with that too, saying that like, yeah, maybe Silva doesn't have a ton of boxing fights under his belt, but he was literally a pro boxer. He is literally a pro boxer right now. Beat Chavez Jr. almost 2 years ago now, but still. And that's the thing, like, the level of competition is going up and up in every fight. And though I'm not a fan of Jake Paul, the person, and like his content, I respect what he's doing. I would do the same thing. At least Logan Paul's boxing Fucking fighting Floyd Mayweather, half his size, thinking he won that fight when Floyd really doesn't care. Like, fighting KSI, things like, I don't have time for that. I have time for Jake Paul actually going up against former professional fighters and now boxers. Oh, this is terrifying. This is terrifying, guys. Tobias Harila walking out in a deranged clown mask. Hunted. I'm watching on UFC Fight Pass, brother. Sorry. Steve King saying his fight are rigged. He's fighting old guys. I don't think his fights are rigged. But hey, you're entitled to your opinion, brother. You're entitled to your opinion. Jake Paul wouldn't be able to sell pay-per-view fighting mid-tier boxes besides maybe Tommy Fury. Boxers don't have much names unless they're at the top. Exactly. That's what I said. Like, I understand exactly what he's doing. And if I was in his shoes, I would do exactly the same thing. Shout out to you, Steve Kings. Thank you so much for joining, brother. Appreciate the comments. All right, let's highlight these next two fighters, folks. We'll do it on this screen so you guys can see. Another USA versus Europe matchup here. Team USA versus Team Europe here on Cage Warriors 148. Like the video, folks. Drop a comment in the live chat. Ring that bell for notifications. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Damon Wilson, 5-0 in Pro MMA. Like I said, ironically out of San Diego, California. The Nomad, Damon Wilson. 29 years old, currently on a 7-fight win streak. 5 of those being Pro MMA. All four of his fights are in Cage Warriors. So he fought twice on the regional scene, once in DCS and once at RFA. WXC was his first professional MMA fight back in 2018. He's been on the Cage Warriors circuit since 2021 to 2022. Active fighter, 2 fights in 2021, and this will be his 3rd fight in 2022 to close out the year. He's won via doctor stoppage, punches, so TKO. So 3 TKOs, 1 unanimous decision, doctor stoppage. Oh, I need that soundbite. Doctor stoppage. And now against Tobias Harila. His opponent, Tobias, bad intention Harila, who came out in that deranged clown mask. 10-3 in his pro MMA career. He is 2-2 in Cage Warriors. He's 2-1 in Fight Club Rush FCR. He lost his last fight in Cage Warriors to a knee in the 2nd round before then beat Deki McAleenan via TKO in the 1st round before losing his first fight in Cage Warriors to William Gomez. He went on a respectable run between 2018 and 21, going 2, 4, 6, 5 fights in a row, beating Aiden Steven via TKO. USA versus Europe here. Who should I go with, folks? Who should I go with for this one? Uh-oh. Now we've started a war with the Jake. I just want to say this, by the way, Steve King. I really don't give a fuck at the end of the day about that guy. So put your sword away. I'm just saying, like, no one's fighting you on it. No one's fighting you. You're entitled to your opinion. But yeah, anyways, I just want to preface that like, I'm not going to fight you on Jake Paul because I really don't give a fuck, dude. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck about that guy. Scary mask. I don't know what that means in the real world. Guys, do you mean it when Silva's in his prime? Sure. Again, why do we open this can of worms? This is hilarious. How people, you guys care. You guys in the chat right now who are going, you guys care so much about Jake Paul. It's hilarious. Round 1.
Let's get it
on. Show me the contract. Because you've seen it. I want to see it too, buddy. Show me your receipts. 4 minutes and 45 seconds. We are into this first round. Steve King, show me the no knockout clause. I want to see it, brother. I want to see it. Send it to me. PDF, screenshot. I don't care. I want to see it because you got your hands on something juicy and I want to see it too, brother. I've watched all the fights, but again, like, I just don't give a fuck. It's like, whatever. Who cares? He's beating old farts. Who cares? I thought Silva won, but I knew the judges would give it to Jake after the knockdown, but was close. Yeah, that was close too. Again, who cares though? Who cares? Both fights was a signal before the knockouts, and the fights completely dropped their hands. Maybe because they're old and tired. Again, I'm not going to go hard on defending Jake Paul or the old farts. Who gives a fuck is the real question. If it was an MMA fighter named Tobias, my nickname would be Funke, and I would only fight in short cutoff denim shorts. Oh my God. Arrested Development, right? 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first round. I didn't even make a prediction. I'm going with the American. Let's go. As Damon Hunt. Jesus, that's a Minnesota Wild prospect. Damon Wilson has the back of Harila. Again, Steve Kings, you might be right. Sir, you might be right. But at the end of the day, like, I really don't care. I have my opinion. You have yours. And I don't even think we should fight about it because it has nothing to do with Cage Wars. It has nothing to do really with like our fandom of mixed martial arts. But I will say, if I was Jake Paul, if I had his money and I wanted to get into boxing, I would do this exact same thing. So even though I'm not a fan of the guy or his content, I cannot dog him for what he's doing. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left in the first round, and Damon Wilson gets a successful takedown up against the cage. Tobias Harila on his butt, back up against the cage right now, as Damon Wilson had the body lock, was pulling the legs out instead. As Harila stands back up, he goes for the back take. Good job by Harila for spinning in front of Wilson now. Wilson maybe adjusting for the single leg. Jake takes a risk, though. I think he would beat Andrew Tate in boxing, but kickboxing, he's going to get smoked unless he gets new trainers. Is that the next one? Is Andrew? I thought Andrew Tate was arrested. I shouldn't open this can of worms either. Sorry. Let's not talk about Jake Paul or Andrew Tate anymore. Because people in the chat are going to go nuts either on defending Andrew Tate. Now, I don't want to get into that shit. Harila. Oh my goodness. Look at Damon Wilson already bloodied up here. 1 minute and 36 seconds left. Look at all this Jake Paul fight, and we've been distracted from this. All this Jake Paul talk. We've been distracted from this first exciting round where Damon Wilson's already bleeding. I don't know if there's a cut or if he's bleeding from the nose, folks. What did I miss? Let me know. Will betting ruin MMA? Absolutely not. If anything, betting is getting more eyes on MMA, in my opinion. Each doesn't care about Jake because he's a maverick. Logan, ride or die. Jesus. You still upset about Cobra arrested? I'm not upset at all. I think it's kind of funny. Free top G. 52 seconds left in this first round. Oh, and a nice leg kick by Harila. I said that Tommy Fury said it was in his contract. Why get triggered defending Jake Paul? I'm not. I don't give a fuck. Why are you getting triggered defending or going against Jake Paul? I got all my money on Wilson. Steve King. That's why. Are you a subscriber to him? I'm genuinely curious. Clear cage grab right there by Damon Wilson. I feel bad for those who've paid him money, to be perfectly honest. Y'all can't pay for Fight Pass, but you're giving money to Andrew Tate? Ooh, talk about plebeian. Cobra said he would beat Izzy and Alex and retired a 4-time world champion. I'll believe it when I see it. Again, Steve Kings, I'm not triggered, buddy. I thought I prefaced it so many times, end of the first period, that like, it really is whatever. I am leaning towards that the fights aren't fixed, but hey, if someone shows me proof that they are, like I'm not going to be gutted. At the end of the day, I'll just like whatever. It's internet YouTuber turned kind of pro boxer boxing now. And to be perfectly honest, and this is kind of my take on fighting too. And this is, you getting to know me a little bit more, Steve King. I don't even know if Steve King is still in here. He might have just been like, "Fuck this guy, I'm out of here." Gave me a thumbs down on the video, shedding a tear. Shedding a tear. But if you're still here, like as far as my sports fandom, it goes box lacrosse, ice hockey, MMA, and in MMA, in combat sports, I would say that like mixed martial arts, Muay Thai, and kickboxing, my top 3, then Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, then boxing. So boxing's at like the lowest of the totem pole for me as far as my fandom.
Let's get it on.
So I'm not plugged in as much to the boxing scene. I will admit that fully here. Second round, 10 seconds, and a nice right hand landed on Wilson by Harila. Man, Harila's a scary guy here. He's been able to get through the high guard with his jabs easily. Damon Wilson with some decent head movement there in a combo, but only one punch landed. Wilson looking to try to go for the level change again. He clinches Harila up against the cage. Steve King, MBA from Hustlers University. You seem like you hit a nerve talking about your boy Cobra and Jake. Oh, now JL is going to run with it. Not my boy, for the record. Again, I don't even know too much about Tate. Actually, I know a little bit, but like, he's a good pyramid scheme leader. I'll say that much. Respect that he made a lot of money hustling people. I don't have that hustler's mentality. I'm too nice. I don't want to steal people's money. Who won the first round? I'm thinking Harila won the first round. Harila just knocked down Wilson. Looking for the finish now as Wilson's rolling out of it, and it is over. Mark Goddard calls it. It is all over. Harila won the first round, in my opinion, based on damage, and Harila just knocked down and finished. Hit the American Damon Wilson and provided him his first loss of his pro MMA career. Shaj Haque fought yet? Anyone please? Yes, Dave. He did fight. He knocked out his opponent, and he is the new champion. Now, of course, don't subscribe. There we go. Now we're on the same page. I'm not convinced Steve King isn't the same guy that said Adrian McKee got the dominant win and wouldn't let it go. No, I got nothing against you, Steve Kings. I got nothing against you, Steve Kings. I love the interaction. I like going back and forth a little bit with people in the live chat too. I never wanted to get heated, and I want you to know that like I love everybody here, and I totally respect all you guys giving me some of your time to join me on these fight companions, and let's engage in some conversation. Yeah, some things, I might attack a little harder on. JL, he knows how to push my buttons. Now JL's been here for what, like 4 weeks now? 4 weeks. He knows what fires me up a little bit and how to fire me up, and sometimes I'll entertain it. But at the end of the day, all about the good conversation. And I hope that everything stays respectful, to a certain degree here in the live chat, and we can all get along. I don't want to be putting out any fires or starting any wars here, guys. Sweet mate, thanks. Damn, says JL. Oh, Steve King. There's 100% aspects of what he quote unquote preaches. I would say he's the wish.com version of Jordan Peterson. Is that a fair statement? I think that what's his name? Cobra. What the fuck is his name? Top Cobra Generator. Mr. Andrew Tate, he's the wish.com/Walmart version of Jordan Peterson. Can we agree on that? Red corner wins by TKO. Europe up now, 2-1. There's some good finishes this afternoon. Absolutely. Damn, what a knockout, man. I don't take Tate too seriously. He is a funny meme, though. I like going on RuneScape and telling people they have slave minds and that I'm top G. In the realm of the meme world, he is very entertaining. I will give him that. In the seriousness aspect of it, again, my view on him is that he's the wish.com version of Jordan Peterson. It's not generally good for the whole vibe to talk about such decisive topics too deep. Next, for fun, we're going to banter about religion. That is true. That's why, like, we'll toe the line a little bit and I'll entertain everyone's comments, but like, we try to keep, those topics out of these live streams. Join us for our exclusive member live streams, though, and then we'll take the fucking gloves off and we'll go at it. He's a scam. He made his money through a webcam business with women. So I've heard. Slick elbow, says Steve Kings. The people that are mad at Tate for running a cam girl business need to take that energy to OnlyFans. You know what's crazy is that OnlyFans is starting to, and this is actually a good segue. So thank you, Zoomer loyalists, and everyone can chime in on this. Did you guys watch the Billy Quarantillo fight? Or sorry, the Billy Quarantillo. Damn, now I just fucked up his last name. Quarantillo's interview on the MMA Hour with Ariel Helwani. So he was just signed to OnlyFans, an exclusive deal with OnlyFans where they're paying him to create content on their platform, as OnlyFans is trying to move away from just being, a sexual content type of, I guess, service app. And it's moving towards just general content as well. Kevin Holland talked about how his OnlyFans account is actually free and he's able to post more like uncensored content of like even just him talking in his own baked Kevin Holland way that Instagram maybe doesn't allow, that Twitter doesn't allow, that Facebook doesn't allow. And it opens up, I guess, the fighter's personalities a little bit more, and maybe more than personality too. Who knows? I mean, I'm not subscribed to Kevin Holland. I don't have an OnlyFans account, but it is very interesting. And I'm going to keep, as someone who works in media and in particularly a podcast and YouTube and video sphere of things, it is very interesting to see now that OnlyFans is in the mix. And, like Twitter, like YouTube, like Instagram, OnlyFans is now signing athletes, signing influencers to their platform to create their content with less restrictions. I find that very interesting personally. And Billy was, whoops, my pen fell down. Billy was talking about that on Ariel Helwani's show. What are your favorite instruments? All right, so to play, I love playing the guitar and I love to sing. I was a singer before guitar player. I'll always be a singer first, guitar player second, but I love guitar. Blues music is my favorite, Benjamin. That Howlin' Wolf, Buddy Guy, Chuck Berry. I mean, anything from Chess Records, just plug that into my veins. My favorite instrument to like watch, I love string quartets. I love watching a good blues or rock solo on the electric guitar as well. And I love classical piano. Classical music on piano. Ooh, just gets me going. I'm not mad. His fans are foaming at the mouths. Dave, Happy New Year and all the best to everyone in 2023. Yes. Thank you, Dave. Happy holidays, everybody. Tate's way more popular than Peterson. I consider Tate more sane than Jordan Peterson. He's never went crazy over a sip of apple cider for a month. I guess just different groups there, Theo, because I would say in my cohort on the academic side of things, and I don't know, me being, I don't know how old you guys are either, but me being probably a little bit older than you guys, I assume, in my cohort, no one knows who Andrew Tate is, right? Everyone knows who Jordan Peterson is. I mean, I have 2 of his books. Am I like a Jordan Peterson fanboy? No, but very interested in some of his topics. And it's better to get them through his books. And his textbook was the first book I actually bought before the fucking 10 rules one I didn't honestly really like. His textbook that he originally wrote when he was teaching at the University of Toronto. I bought that when I was in university, actually, about 6 years ago, I think. And I enjoyed it. I'm that kind of nerd. I'll read through textbooks and like highlight things, push up my glasses. So I'll push back on that a little bit, Theo, and say that, yeah, in the social media bubble, to people under 20, I would say sure he's a little bit more popular. I would say to older cohorts in their 30s plus who are also, just as active on social media, I would say that Peterson's just as popular. And again, that's my opinion, and maybe just because I'm in that circle. Kevin Holland needs to sign up for wrestling classes, not OnlyFans. And again, he didn't sign up. He's getting paid by OnlyFans, brother. He's getting paid by OnlyFans to use their platform for his content. Hamza versus Costa would be an interesting fight. Oh, poor Paulo Costa. Honestly, Hamza would just take him down, dude. Paulo Costa, though he's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, I mean, his ground game is nothing special. If it's legit, then it's not a scam. That fight was good. That fight was good. The world is Gotham, and since Andrew's a billionaire and they're trying to get him, he needs to get a Batmobile and Batsuit. Tristan as Robin, Luke as Alfred. Let's go. Oh my god! And if they made a YouTube channel and like a reality show, like the Kardashians, but like the Tates, the top G's, keeping up with the G's. What are your favorite guitars and amps? Oh, Fender Stratocaster 1993 Mexico series is my favorite Strat. I love the humbucker. Obviously the American standards are pretty awesome too, but yeah, definitely, the good old Fender Stratocasters. I also love the Epiphone E33 Tom DeLonge signature is a very underrated and affordable guitar. I think it was like $400 Canadian, semi-hollow. Dirty Fingers humbucker. Like if you play it without distortion, that thing it's nice old school blues sound. You throw on distortion, you can play punk, metal. I remember I learned a ton of Megadeth songs with that guitar. Amps, my favorite amp is the Fender Blues Junior, baby. I keep it simple. Peterson is the millennials version of Tate. You are correct. He's also Canadian. I knew Peterson was way before Tate. Yeah, because he's been around longer. So, duh. I thought Tate was a joke until Peterson proved himself to be a joke, and Tate is more legit. I think they're both jokes, though. Oh, okay, Theo. So you're close to my age. We're on the same wavelength here, Theo. We're on the same wavelength. I'm 29. I turned 30 in a couple months, dude. I have an old Fender Stratocaster from when I was younger. How much do you think it would be worth? Well, is it an American Fender? Is it a Japanese Fender? Is it a Mexican Fender? Or is it a Squier replica? If it's an American Fender, you probably can get north of $800 to $1,500 for it, depending on the year. If it's in Mexico, you can probably get between $350 and $700 for it. If it's Japanese, you'll get $150 to $250. If it's Squier, put that shit up for free on Marketplace. Hiller Glover. Uh-oh. JL, you want to answer this one for me? I think Glover's going to win. I think he's going to out-wrestle Hill. The point of my main argument, which JL's rolling his eyes right now at me, is that a Thiago Santos with no knees, because let's be honest, Thiago Santos' knees are fucked these days, was able to control Hill on the ground. If Hill can really practice his grappling and his wrestling defense, then I think he will have a puncher's chance against Teixeira, because Teixeira, his chin's good. His chin's not amazing, as he has been knocked out countless times in the UFC, and Hill has very good knockout power. So, like, put it this way, I won't be surprised if Hill wins. Hill's the favorite right now, so, I mean, calm down, everyone who thinks that Hill's going to be like the Leon Edwards moment. And yes, I used that from Jay. But yeah, I'm rooting for and think that Glover's going to win. Hernan, I want to be like the guy in 40-Year-Old Virgin with MMA memorabilia. $5 for the Squier, the Squier Fender. Glover once he takes him down. Who we got for the next fight, though? Yes, we've been talking a lot of things outside of Cage Warriors. Let's get back into it, folks, as we have the co-main event upon us. I'll update the ticker on the bottom of the screen here for you guys. Appreciate everyone tuning in live here on the City Light Project YouTube channel. I hope you appreciate the fact that, whether it's within the realm of MMA or not, we'll always address your comments within reason. If you get nasty, with people and you're being derogatory or things like that, obviously we're not going to entertain you. We don't want any of that here, but we'll totally entertain conversation, open platform. I mean, especially in the world of mixed martial arts and sports. And if you have any questions, for me personally, my favorite instruments and things like that, totally happy to answer you guys' questions. Really appreciate you all here joining us for this Cage Warriors 148 USA versus Europe. I actually think Glover knocks Hill out. It would put a smile on my face. Adebayu's on the Hill train. What's up, Adebayu? Thank you so much for joining, brother. Glover easy. So yeah, we're split in the chat, and hey, that makes for good conversation. Anthony Hill, training Hill for 3 days because he has experience with Glover. Like it's going to help. Anthony only learned what his fists felt like. Hill versus Glover inside the distance. Good bet. That is a good bet. Anthony Smith's advice for Jamal: wear a mouth guard that'll keep your teeth in your mouth. Hey, that is in the running for comment of the night, Benjamin. That is in the running for comment of the night. Shout out to everyone joining us here. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss a live stream. Love hanging out with all you folks and all of our diverse opinions here in the live chat. All right, the next fight here. Let's go over it, folks. It's this is the only one that's actually taking a little bit for them to get going here. Co-main event. There's a lot of buffer in between this, so we will highlight the next two fighters here. Tomas Gronvall, 10-4-1 pro MMA record. He's on a 3-fight win streak right now at a Helsinki, Finland. Let's take a deeper dive at the 135 or the 135 pounder. Like I said, 10-4-1, 28 years old on a 3-fight winning streak right now. 9-2 in Cage MMA Finland. Shoot, we got to do a Cage MMA Finland fight companion on this channel soon. His last 3 fights have been in Cage. What did I say? Cage MMA Finland. So making his Cage Warriors debut is the Finn. 9-4. He beat Luca Levine when he was at 9-4-1. Can't say I'm familiar with any of these guys here, but anyways, dominant fighter. In Cage 55, he beat a guy who's 25-12-0. Or sorry, he's going up against his next opponent, 25-12-0, who we'll highlight here in a second. But he did beat a 17-7, 12-8. It's not the best record, but what I'm trying to say is he went up against guys who've had a lot of fight experience. Are they cans? Probably. We shall see how he faces here in Cage Warriors. Making his Cage Warriors debut is Tomas Gronvall. We'll check out the betting odds for them in just a moment as well. His opponent, 37 years old, 9 years the elder, is Wilson Reis, 25-12-0. He is only 2-3 in his last 5 fights. However, he did win his last fight. 7-6 in the UFC, 5-4 in Bellator, 4-0 in Elite Extreme Combat. So very much a journeyman in the world of mixed martial arts. Very much has the experience factor over the young Finn fighter. His last win was in Cage Warriors via split decision. Before then was on a 2-fight losing streak in Eris, the French promotion, and Budo Sento champion. As of late, not the best record here. As we see, even in the UFC. He did have a decent UFC run as we're looking through some of the fights here between He actually left Cage Warriors in 2012 off a win to join the UFC. And between 2013 and 2013 and 2019. So that's a pretty big career in the UFC. And he started out his UFC career pretty good, to be honest. 1 lost, 1-2 lost, 1-2. Then lost to Demetrius Johnson. Went on 2-fight losing streak after that. I mean, Henry Cejudo, no slouch. And unfortunately got cut on a loss in 2019. But from 2013 to 19, that's a decent run in the UFC. Again, 7-6, 5-4 in Bellator before that. He's fought in Cage Warriors before. So again, in his younger days, Wilson Reis, he has the experience factor over Tuomas Gronvall. However, Tuomas Gronvall doesn't have experience against the higher competition, but he is the younger fighter. He's on a win streak. And maybe this is that test he needs, a little bit higher of a competition. Yes, against an older veteran, but a guy who has that experience, and he can get this fight under his belt and continue to rise the rankings in Cage Wars and face better competition. Who do you guys think is going to win this one? Let me know in the live chat. Glover smashed Smith. My old 5150 has been going up in value, and it just keeps rising. A few years ago, the stack was just 700. Now they're going for between 1,500 and $2,000. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. My buddy Kyle, actually the co-creator of this channel, he's huge, and he's a huge recording artist. He played so many live shows. Him and I were in a band together, and we toured in like an acoustic trio band, but he very much is in the grunge scene, the rock and roll scene. He's old school. And I think he has a Marshall stack. I don't know what the model number is for. He had a really, really nice Vox tube amp as well that I enjoyed. And that one was kind of good for blues and rock stuff. Not as much the metal and punk, but it was a really nice amp as well. He's a stack trainer, and I forget the last one. But yeah, he's got a ton of gear. So yeah, Benjamin, the next time Kyle's on one of these streams with me, he's your guy to talk music as well, as he's a music gear junkie. I almost bet against Patty, but I knew if it went to decision, he would get it, so I didn't make the bet. The old vet got this. You know what? I'm going for the Brazilian as well, locking it in. I did bet on Sean O'Malley, though, plus 350 underdog against Yan, and I won big there. Dude, I bet on him, too, because we had Ethan Calvert, a good friend of ours who is part of this community. He lives in Ireland, and every now and then he joins the live chat as well. He sent me, I think just like, he sent me €1, and he said, put this on O'Malley, and I did, baby. So, I mean, I didn't win big, but I won a little bit. Gronvall win, bro? He hasn't fought yet, buddy. He hasn't fought yet. We're still waiting for these fighters to make their way to the ring. And actually representing Team USA is going to be Wilson Reis, even though he is Brazilian, even though he's fighting out of he is fighting out of Philadelphia. So he is representing Team USA. So this is another Team USA Team European matchup. So far, Team Europe is up 2-1 to Team USA on this card. I'm going with the American, locking it in. Well, I'm going with the Brazilian who's training out of Philly. Patty's trash, though. Sean O'Malley has legit skills. 100%. 100%. I have no idea what type of Stratocaster it is. Probably not worth much, though. We'll check the head of it, and it will say on the back if it was made in Mexico or if it's American standard. Or Zoomer Lloyd, it's like hit me up on Twitter, send me a picture. I'd love to check it out. Diego's going for Wilson, locking it in. As Wilson Reis now makes his walk out to the ring. Again, folks, I appreciate all of you hanging out here. The co-main event is upon us. It's been so much fun hanging out with you folks. Talking about, it's funny how the little, like the Jake Paul comment is a bomb, and it blows up into just so many conversation strands. And it's just so awesome. It's just so awesome. It is made in China sticker. Doesn't sound good. Okay, it might be Squire built. It might be Squire built. But hey, even, the lowest of level, they're good beginner guitars for sure. Most of them have pretty good action, or at least adjustable action. Like when I had a Squire Bullet as my first guitar. Tom DeLonge, you can tell I like Blink-182 growing up. It was a Tom DeLonge Squire Bullet. It was on sale for like $200 or something like that, $250. And the action was a little high, but a really nice neck. And I remember just adjusting the action a bit so like the strings were lowered, and I put really thin Fender strings on it. And that was a great guitar to learn anyways. Vera versus Sandhagen will be crazy. Yeah, dude. Like I said, for that one, I think if it goes the distance, Sandhagen will win. If it ends before the judges' scorecard, Vera's knocking Sandhagen out. What would Jake do? Should that be I was gonna start a podcast here on the channel, called the City Fights Podcast, but maybe we just call it What Would Jake Do? Oh man. I don't know if that's a good idea. Steve Kings will never come back. I love the walkout song for Gronvall. He's 3-0 so far in 2020, as we went over when we were highlighting both of the fighters. Let me quickly check what the betting odds are for this one. Why? I thought I bookmarked it. Yes, I didn't. It's what is it? thesportsgeek.com. No, that wasn't the one. Blah, 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 blah. Dun, dun, dun. This walkout song is getting me pumped. Best fight odds. That's what it is. I thought I bookmarked it. God damn. Bookmark this tab. Done. Okay. Thomas Gronvall is, he's the favorite. Let's go, baby. Minus 130 on DraftKings, minus 115 on BetMGM, and minus 125 at Caesars Palace. Wilson Reis plus 110 DraftKings, minus 105 BetMGM, plus 105 Caesars. So we're going with the underdog. He's 37 years old, but hey, he's representing the USA, and he has more fights under his belt. Many more fights under his belt, and a lot more experience than the young Finn representing Europe. This walkout music, dude, I've just vibing to it. It kind of reminds me of the theme of Capoza's Corner on MMA On Point. Islam is on R? What does that mean? Let's get it on. We're almost there, buddy. We're almost there. Fighters are being announced officially in the cage, and then we'll get right back into live play-by-play, live commentary, live reaction, and most importantly, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. Don't forget to like the video, drop a comment on the video after it's posted, or on any of our videos that are already posted. We really appreciate all the further interaction in and outside the live chat. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload, either a vlog, a music vlog, a tarantula feeding vlog, a whiskey and beer tasting vlog, or what other vlogs do we do? Did I say music already? A ton of music vlogs and content that we do on the channel. The co-creator of the channel, Kyle, is currently finishing up and producing his second solo album, and he's been vlogging his studio time and just his process of recording demos and editing as well, which is really cool. A lot of those videos will drop on the channel soon. Round one, folks.
Let's get it on!
Theo Gate put his money on the European. Well, even though my pick's the American, I want you to make money, brother. I would rather lose my prediction if it means you making money. All right, first round here, 10 seconds in. Both of them feeling each other out here. 30 seconds into this first round. There's some glove taps here for timing. A 1-2 by Gronvall. Wilson Reis, I mean, he likes to throw down, so this could be a fun one, folks, in this co-main event. And a nice left by Wilson Reis. Looks like an elbow entry by Gronvall, but that one didn't land. Gronvall looks to clinch on Reis on his entry. Has an underhook, pushing Gronvall up against the cage. Again, folks, Team Europe is up 2-1 here. Reis Wilson could tie it going into our final match. Going for the single leg is Gronvall. Good takedown defense by Wilson Reis. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first round. Wilson is the American. Yes. Nice takedown by Gronvall. Wilson Reis, I mean, Brazilian descent, but he's resides and trains out of Philadelphia. So he's representing Team USA. Yeah, I forgot about Wilson. I've seen him fight before. I don't remember where, though. UFC and Bellator. He fought in the UFC from 2013 to 2019. He even fought Demetrius Johnson. So they're fighting at 135, folks. The big boys for 135, no? Shoot, if I looked that jacked at 135, goddamn. I'm 150 and I got a little bit of a holiday beer gut going on. My six-pack turned into 2, folks. What's going on? 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Some good rolling by Reis. Maybe Gronvall, I mean, yes, he's looking comfortable in his grappling exchanges like the broadcast said, but Wilson Reis did a good job of spinning out of that. Getting the takedown again is Gronvall. Holding both of the legs still is Gronvall as Wilson Reis is trying to get back up to his feet. And he does, but Gronvall still has the body lock. 2 minutes left in this first round and a nice slam takedown by Gronvall. Gronvall going for the wrestling technique right now. Mr. Singh Tattoo Studio says Gronvall wins. Mr. Singh Tattoo Studio, where's your tattoo studio, buddy? Where's your tattoo studio located? You know, I don't want any doxing information, but whereabouts are you from, Mr. Singh? I'm yet to get my first tattoo, but I'm thinking about getting one in 2023. Maybe I come to your store, Mr. Singh. Or your studio, I should say. My apologies. No disrespect. And they are back on their feet. 1:23 left in this first round. I put 20 on Gronvall to win 24. Let's go, baby. I want you to win that $4. High kick attempt by Gronvall. 1 minute left in this first round. Yeah, Wilson Reis, if he wants to win back this first round, he's got to try to get at least like a knockdown or something on Gronvall. Yes, Wilson Reis, he's landed a few shots here, and there's a little bit of a welt on the right side of Gronvall's face. And Wilson Reis looking to get the takedown, and he gets it. He's got to be careful in an armbar, though. But okay, so Wilson Reis gets one takedown. I still think Gronvall has done enough to win this first round. Wilson Reis making it closer at the end of this first round, though, as he's in modified half guard side control, postured up, trying to get some last-minute shots here. He's trying to switch into mount, maybe even back control. There's only 20 seconds left, but I mean, this is going to show well in the judges' scorecards, and he gets back control. He's got the double hooks in already, but there's not enough time to go for a choke or anything here. There's only 10 seconds left, but this will fare well in the judges' eyes. Very strong finish by Wilson. We said it. I literally just said it a minute ago. It's like he's going to have to have a strong end to the first round. I think a knockdown would have been better than a takedown and a little bit of control time, but hey, it's something there. I still think Gronvall narrowly won that first round. However, Wilson Reis did land a few shots. One stunned Gronvall, not like put his lights out or anything like that, but definitely caught his attention, which is, I think, why he eventually wanted to go for the wrestling. 2 very nice takedowns for Gronvall and more control time. I'm scoring the first round for him. It's close, though. It's in India. Well, I don't know if I can get to India this calendar year, but that's awesome, buddy. I mean, let me know if you ever want me to help promote it. Ooh, Return of the Mac playing in between. That's my jam, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have good dance moves. I mean, I'm Persian. I can screw in the light ball and ride the motorcycle. Need Gronvall to win 1,300. All right, round 2, folks.
Let's get it all.
Jeez, I kind of just overread that. You need Gronvall to win for 1,300? Holy moly. Well, I hope he wins so you can make some money. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in this second round, and Wilson Reis is going for the takedown again. Great defense by Gronvall. Wilson really, really working for that takedown. And he gets it. Close, but he gets it, and he's looking to get back on the back of Thomas Gronvall. Thomas Gronvall grabbing the cage. Can't do that. Both Wilson Reis and Thomas Gronvall now each grab the cage once. Hey, that's another thing. That's another thing. If there's no cage, if there's only ropes, you can't grab the cage because there's no cage to grab. Oh, and a reverse takedown by Thomas Gronvall, and Wilson Reis is right back up to his feet. And now Reis gets the takedown and an instant back take on Gronvall. 3 minutes and 45 seconds. He has both the hooks in on Gronvall's back. I mean, this is the experience factor, folks. Gronvall definitely has some talent as far as his wrestling, but the experience, Wilson Reis doing a good job of countering, dishing it right back to him. And he got a beautiful back take there. He loses the hooks, though. He loses the hooks. His leg hooks anyways. He still has his back, employing some ground and pound to soften him up. Love that jam. Return of the Mac. Damn, lose this one. I think Reis, too experienced, didn't know who he was at first. Takedown for Reis. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in this second round. I'm keeping my eye on Prime 10 tickets. If I can get a good deal early, I'm going to snatch some tickets. I bet ONE FC is cheaper than UFC. It is cheaper than UFC. And Zoomer Loyalists, is that the one in Colorado? Is that Demetrius Johnson and Marias 3? I'm hoping to go to that one as well. If my car is still alive, because I have I love her. I hope she's not listening, but I have a piece of shit 2005 Subaru Forester that's somehow running still. If that survives up until then, and I can get a clean bill of health from the mechanic, I'm gonna drive to Colorado from Minnesota, and I'm gonna go to watch that live. And Zoomer Loyalist, beers on me when I meet you there, buddy. Another takedown by Wilson Reis. He's like, okay, you don't want to stand with me? You want to play the wrestling game? Let's freaking go. And Wilson Reis giving Thomas Gronvall a taste of his own medicine here with the dominating wrestling clinic that he's putting on. Let's go, old vet. Pay me my money, bookie. Adebayo, shout out to you, sir. Appreciate seeing you here again. Yeah, I'm trying to go to that one. I got family in Texas I can visit too. Well, there you go. There you go. Like I said, Zoomer Loyalists, we'll continue to chat. And if we both end up going, like I said, first round's on me for sure, buddy. Depending on how expensive those arena beers are. But hey, that's how ONE FC makes the money, right? Off the beers, the percentage of the beer sales. But the first round, second round's on me too. There you go. First and second round on me, Zoomer Loyalists. Right back up to the feet, and Gronvall now going for the double leg. Single leg now. Wilson is doing good so far. Damn right he is. The 37-year-old's doing damn good. I'm interested to see how all this wrestling is going to play on his cardio going into the third round, though. But he's doing good as far as the takedown defense right now against Gronvall. Fighting for the double leg, and Gronvall gets the takedown, but I think it was more of Wilson Reis maybe. Okay, at first I thought maybe Wilson Reis dropped maybe for a guillotine, but no, I'll give credit to Gronvall for getting that takedown. Now Gronvall has the back of Reis, body lock, Reis reverses. He's got the clinch now, pushing Gronvall up against the cage. 22 seconds left in the second round. My hockey group chat is going nuts right now. And a takedown by Wilson Reis. How many takedowns thus far have occurred in this round? So many. I should be keeping note. I got a pen and paper next to me. Why am I not keeping note? Full mount for Reis right now. back control now as Gronvall spins, and that is it for the second round. For 37 years old, man, for the muscle that this guy holds, he's in tremendous shape, and his cardio doesn't look compromised at all yet in this fight. Wow. A nice Superman punch, too. Man, the camera that Cage Warriors uses cage side to go through the fence is actually a really, really nice camera. They get some beautiful shots of these highlights there. Sorry about that. Coffee never tasted so good today, folks. Folks, if you don't know, the last 24 hours, I've streamed 18 of those hours. 18 and 39 minutes of those hours, to be exact there. So, like I said, coffee's never tasted so good. I'm going to go hang out with some friends and the roommates for New Year's and bring it in with them. So a few beers, maybe some wine will flow, but coffee up until then. All right, round 3, third and final round in this co-main event. And some leg kicks by Gronvall early. And just some flurry exchanges by both of the fighters. And Wilson Reis almost slipped throwing a high kick there. High kick returned by Gronvall. All right, we've seen the experience of Wilson Reis give Gronvall some issues. But Wilson Reis, he wants to brawl now. Wilson Reis with an overhand left and goes for the double leg. Great takedown defense by Gronvall. I mean, Wilson Reis, he's no stranger to brawling. And he accepted Gronvall's invitation there for just a few, like 30 seconds, and now he's going for the takedown. Adebayo, Creasey loss hit me so bad. I'm sorry, buddy. How much did you lose on that one? Were you betting on that one? All right, they've escaped 1 minute into this third round, and they're still throwing. If anything, it looks like Gronvall might be the one who's a little bit more tired here. And I mean, that's inexperience, right? This is a good test for him going up against a true UFC, Bellator, Cage War, and just veteran of mixed martial arts. Wilson Reis with a nice left hand. Wilson Reis still pushing forward. Wilson Reis with some solid combos in the clinch to the outside leg. And a nice takedown by Wilson Reis. Right into the guard of Gronvall. Gronvall, his side is up against the cage. Right side up against the cage right now as he's trying to roll, and Wilson Reis gets on his back again, has the hooks in. Wilson Reis has one underhook in on the arm. Wilson Reis is talking to him as well, which is kind of funny. Don't know what he's saying, but you can see. And now has the hooks in as far as the legs. Has not employed the body triangle yet. 3 minutes left in this third round. A good scramble by Gronvall there, and Gronvall almost got the top position. Instead, they go right back to their feet, and Wilson Reis takes them right back down. You can see Gronvall, he's huffing and puffing here. I don't think he thought that this 37-year-old, who's now just entered into back mount now, would take him to hell and back. Unable to get the hooks in to flatten his opponent out as Gronvall gets back up to his feet. I mean, Gronvall is tough as nails, and look, he's 28 years old with a little bit more experience. This guy could be something special, as he does have some great grappling defense, and he's a strong cookie, but man, he's getting absolutely ragdolled and, like I said, dragged into hell and back with this wrestling match right now. And it's funny because Gronvall was the one who first employed this wrestling tactic in the first round, and Wilson Reis was like, you want to play the wrestling game? I'll out-wrestle you. Completely out-wrestled and out-grappled him in the second round. Wilson seemingly doing the same in this third. 1 minute and 58 seconds left in this third and final round in the co-main event of Cage Wars 148. Wilson Reis has a chance now to tie Team USA and Team Europe, as right now Europe is up 2-1. Shout out to everyone tuning in live here in the City Light Project YouTube channel. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload. And if you ain't shy, chime in our live chat as we're totally interactive. Another takedown by Wilson Reis. 1 minute and 25 seconds left in this third round. Back take again by Reis. Doesn't have the hooks in. And a good job by Gronvall for getting back up. And just the relentless pressure by Wilson. Now going for another trip takedown. It's just like Wilson doesn't give this guy any room to breathe. None at all. 1 minute left in this fight. High underhooks as they're on their feet in the clinch for Wilson Ray. What a great, honestly, like sometimes people don't like the grappling. And another takedown, double leg by Wilson Reyes. This has been an absolute clinic as Wilson Reyes is now in the full mount. 40 seconds, full mount. Gronvall is completely stretched out and flat, but Gronvall doing a good job of rolling, gives up his back again. Wilson Reyes, very impressive at 37 years old, folks. Very impressive at 37 years old. Oh, well, I broke even. Could have won some, but forgot who Reyes was. To be honest, I wasn't expecting him to be this good either, brother. But, you know, as a fan of fighting, it's an absolute joy to watch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. Wilson Reyes ends the fight on the back of the young Swede, or sorry, the young Finn Gronvall. Whew. It's a good thing I turned down the volume there. I would have destroyed your guys' eardrums. Wilson won. We're about to hear the official decision in a moment, but yes, I do believe Wilson won. They better not rob Reis. I mean, if put it this way, if Wilson Reis doesn't win this fight, that is a clear robbery, and then we can all bitch about it. I'll give the green light. We'll all bitch about it on this stream because I'm sorry. I am sorry. Wilson Reyes dominated this fight. There were chances in the first round. Like the only round where I think is arguable is the first round. That round, you can make an argument that the Finn won. Rounds 2 and 3, absolute domination. So yes, the main event is now the tiebreaker. Europe, USA, assuming that Wilson Reyes doesn't get robbed here in this decision. If Wilson Reyes wins, then US's 2 fights, Europe 2 fights. All right. We're about to hear the judges' scorecards, folks. Unanimous decision. In the blue corner, the American Wilson Reyes. Let's go, baby.
Yeah, that shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
USA, 2 wins. Europe, 2 wins. The main event of the evening is not only for the light heavyweight championship belt, but it now is also for Team USA or Team Europe. Who is going to take this one, folks? Who is going to take this one? We'll update the ticker and the graphic on the screen here in a sec. Man, that just adds more. That just adds more juice. It adds more fuel to this fire. I'm absolutely pumped. I will say, though, Modesta Bukauskas, he's a solid fighter. He's a solid fighter. I've watched him fight 3 or 4 times. 3 times in Cage Warriors. UFC veteran, if I'm not mistaken, as well. But anyways, we'll run down the fighters in just a moment's time. Just updating the ticker on the bottom of the screen. Keep the comments coming, folks. If you haven't already liked the video, drop a comment in the live chat. Want to be interactive with you, folks. If you're too shy, that's totally cool. I'm just happy that you're here, buddy. I don't know who I was talking to directly there saying buddy. That just kind of slipped out, but I was going to play it off cool like I meant to say that. But hey, when you talk for 18 hours and 47 minutes of 24 hours, every now and then, you're going to have a few slip-ups. Oh, whoops. I should write main event. There we go. Main event of the evening. I feel like outside the UFC, there aren't nearly as many clear robberies. Funny. Bellator is pretty bad. Well, Bellator has the same judges as UFC. Like, they just switch back and forth. Like, I don't know. Dude, that last Bellator fight what was it? Stotts and the Italian guy. I don't know why his name is escaping me right now, but how, and again, it was Doug Crosby. So, I mean, that like, he's notoriously the worst judge in MMA, but he gave every other judge scored the fight for Stotts. And there was one round where 50-45 for the Italian, even though Stotts clearly won that fight. And maybe he didn't win that round, but 50-45, that's insane for a guy who only wrestled and didn't throw any strikes in the round. So I would say Bellator is pretty sus judging. I feel in PFL, Rory McDonald's first fight in PFL, and now I know Rory McDonald didn't have a good run in PFL. Before you guys make fun of Rory McDonald, okay? His first fight in the PFL was who did he face again? It was a UFC veteran, a Brazilian anyways. That was a complete robbery too. So like some of these judges in PFL, Bellator, and the UFC are sometimes sus. It's just like the 10-point must system, and just like I get it. I get it's the best we have for MMA, but it's just annoying sometimes. Like I kind of prefer how Ryzen and One Championship do it. Reis only lost the first round, easy 29-28, and I bet against him. Wilson, I told you, let's go, bro. I remember being a kid, Dan Henderson versus Michael Bisping, UK versus USA, when he landed the H-bomb. That was amazing. Dude, I watched that live. My dad, he bought that pay-per-view. I remember watching that live as well. My dad's who got me into MMA. He has still the VHSs from 93, like before UFC became like, before John McCarthy even employed rules to it. My dad was watching, because he was such a martial arts fan. We like growing up, I watched so many like kung fu movies. Bruce Lee was like my idol as a kid. And then like when I was allowed to watch MMA and started to watch with my dad, I mean, I saw the evolution of it. I mean, I loved watching young BJ Penn, a young Matt Hughes. Frank Shamrock is one of the most underrated and underappreciated UFC fighters, in my opinion. I mean, my goodness, I just love mixed martial arts. And I loved growing up in the era of the UFC, growing up too, because the UFC's first event in 1993, this guy born in 1993. So I've literally grown up with the UFC at every stage, and it's just amazing. I'm very blessed. Chuck may take the win in the main event. I won't be surprised. Sabatella, yes. I was thinking Sabatini, but then I was like, no. He was in a grappling match yesterday. We need open scoring so we can call bullshit mid fights. I am one who is all for open scoring. I just think because of gambling and live betting that they'll never allow it. Until you can't live bet UFC, I don't think open scoring will be a thing. Now, should other promotions test it out? Sure. But at the end of the day, why don't we just do One Championship, Ryzen, where you just score the entirety of the fight? That way you can still live bet. That way you don't even need open scoring because the fight isn't scored until it's over. I don't know. I think that might be the solution. And I feel like before we die, I feel like the UFC will abandon the 10-point must system. Now, is that 2 years from now? Is that 50 years from now? I don't know. Under Dana White, it will never happen. But when Dana White steps down, maybe we see some progressive rule changes in that regard. Who won this fight? Sammy, this fight has not begun yet. I will do live play-by-play commentary, reaction, and interaction once it begins. Again, the fight has not begun yet, buddy. They are making their walkouts to the ring right now. The most robbed fighter in the UFC should go to Angela Hill. Dude, that was a fucking robbery too. She gets robbed like... I think there's like 5 fights that I've seen of Angela Hill. I feel like she got robbed. Same. I watched it with my dad. Same with the first season of Tough. My dad didn't like Tough. He's he's an immigrant. He's from, originally from Iran. He escaped Iran during the 1979 revolution. And so like, put it this way, reality TV, my dad he doesn't get it. He doesn't really care about it. But we'd watch the fights together. I'd watch Tough, and then I'd call him in when the fights start, sort of thing. Dude, I just said, buddy, Sammy, I'm literally answering you right now. This fight has not begun yet. I don't know how I could spell it out for you anymore, buddy. There we go. There we go. I'll call the fight for you, buddy, as they're about to begin. They're just announcing the fighters officially in the ring, and then we'll get right to giving the play-by-play. Sammy, welcome to the stream, Sammy. Good to see you. Okay, the main event is being called or introduced in the center of the ring, so I'm going to highlight these fighters here. Modestas Bukauskas, 12-5-0 in Cage Warriors, 12-5-0 in his pro MMA career. He is 2-3 in his last 5 fights. They are both fighting for the vacant light heavyweight championship right now. Bukauskas, I think he's the favorite going into this one. I'll double check that in just a moment, but let's take a quick look at his fight career. He's fought in the UFC where he's gone 1-3. He's fought in Cage Warriors where he's gone 6-1. He's also fought in UC MMA where he's gone 3-1. He beat Lee Chadwick in his last fight via unanimous decision. In the UFC, he lost to Khalil Roundtree, Oleksiuk, and Jimmy Crute, respectively. He did beat Andreas Michailidis, the Greek fighter, right? And before his UFC stint, he was dominating in Cage Wars, where he was on a 3-fight win streak before joining the UFC, going 1-3. So he does have UFC pedigree, he does have UFC experience, and he can hang with the big boys. He's a tremendous striker, is Bukauskas. Looking at his opponent, Chuck Campbell, out of California, San Jose, California, baby. Shout out the San Jose Sharks. Let's go. They're going to land Connor Bedard first overall, baby. It's going to change their franchise. 5-1 in his professional MMA career. Trains at AKA. He's 2-1 in Bellator, and he is 1-0 in Cage Warriors. He's also he beat Trey Williams in Uriah Faber's A1 Combat 4. Looking now to continue his streak in Cage Wars and become the light heavyweight champion is Chuck Campbell. Tied 2 for Europe, 2 for the USA, round 1.
Let's get it on!
Let's get it on, folks. And a spinning kick to open up by Bukauskas. My prediction is the European for this one. Going for Bukauskas. Let me know your predictions in the live chat, folks. It's, and I was right. Modesta Bukauskas is the -250 favorite across all the sport books. +200 is Chuck Campbell. So Bukauskas is the favorite. Chuck Campbell, the slight underdog. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in this first round. First round of 5 if needed, folks. And some nice kicks by Bukauskas to open this up. Some spinning kicks and some leg kicks. Chuck Campbell throwing some feints here. Again, Chuck Campbell, a.k.a. guy, so you got to imagine he has some wrestling to his game as well. UFC live betting? Who does that? DK doesn't. At least it didn't before it was banned for me in Ontario. Oh, really? It didn't do it in Ontario? Oh, maybe it's because it's Canada. Canada betting is ridiculous, dude. Like, you can't bet at all in BC unless it's like the BC casinos lines in certain events. It's ridiculous. Alberta's a lot more, I guess... Ironically, Alberta's a lot more liberal with their betting. A nice left hook by Bukauskas. Both these guys still on their feet. But yeah, no, you can definitely live bet in the States anyways for UFC on DraftKings. I feel bad for anyone that missed the Conor McGregor era. It was amazing. Man, I feel the same way about GSP and Anderson Silva. Who vacated the belt? That's a good question. I don't follow Cage Wars that closely, but someone in the chat, why is this a vacant title right now? I'll look it up in a minute in 3 minutes after this fight, if we don't find the answer before then. But great question there. Not a lot of strikes landed here in this first half of the first round, but Bukauskas, he's landing, basically his shots have actually landed. Verchuk is just throwing a lot and it's not landing. And I feel like Bukauskas, with the octagon control, as whenever he kind of pushes forward, Chuck Campbell's kind of running away, backing up quickly, not wanting to engage. Man, Alex is still talking shit and making fun of Izzy, and the fan says it's funny how I thought it was disrespectful doing it. Man, I really cannot wait until he gets humbled. Let's go, Chuck. I bet on Chuck for the hell of it. I mean, this decides both the light heavyweight championship and who wins, Team Europe or Team USA, in this New Year's Eve Cage Warriors 148 event. 2 minutes left in this first round. Let's go, Team America, says Zoomer Loyalist. We could bet, but the line's closed once the match starts. That's so whack. Fucking Canada and their betting, dude. It's so annoying. Canada is legal weed, but you can't legalize sports betting? Come on. Or at least, like, take it all the way to the finish line. You legalize sports betting, but you have these stupid clauses to them. What is this? U.S. sanctions on betting? Come on. 125 minutes left in the first round. And again, Bukauskas being way more of the aggressor in this first round. And there goes the level change. Chuck Campbell looking for the level change. Doesn't get it. Bukauskas right away clinches up and pushes Campbell up against the cage. Throwing some knees in the clinch here. Is there a way of betting on individual fights on DraftKings? I only see the option to do fantasy thing. It depends what state you're in. So because there's some states in the United States that don't allow single game betting or single individual betting, and in those states, DraftKings defaults to the daily fantasy. In states or provinces that allow single game or single fight betting, you have the option to choose either daily fantasy or just, straight up the app for betting. I've got money on Bukauskas. Lee, that's who I picked to win this fight. Lee, thank you so much for joining, buddy. I appreciate seeing you here. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy freaking New Year's, boy. Yeah, you can, Zoom. You're probably in the wrong section. The sportsbook is for betting. Fantasy is different. I know there's some states that just don't even have the option. My last company I worked for was sponsored by DraftKings, so I know a little bit of how it works. It wasn't much of a user with DraftKings app per se. Oh, and a nice elbow on the exit of the clinch right at the end of the first round for Bukauskas. I think Bukauskas won that first round. Personally, let me know what your thoughts are. First round of this championship fight, of this Team USA, Team Europe finals here. And I think Europe is up 1-0. Team America can't afford to lose right now. It would have a massive effect on me personally. Thanks, Japanese person. I will check it out. Yeah, I don't know your name, and I can't copy and paste your name to do a Google Translate. And I think they dig that. I think they like the mysterious. You're like Mysterious Frank on Ariel Helwani's show. Again, appreciate everyone tuning in live here on the City Light Project YouTube channel. Like the video, drop a comment in the live chat if you haven't already. Totally want to be interactive with you guys. Let me know if you've won any money today. Let me know if you watched Rising yesterday. Let me know if you're excited for one championship in the UFC that comes back in 2 weeks' time. Love interacting with you folks. And hey, if you're shy and you don't want to jump into the live chat, that's okay. Vote in our poll question. Sit back and relax and enjoy these fights. All right, round 2.
Let's get it all!
Let's see if things start to open up a little bit here as Bukauskas is starting to gain a lot of confidence. Bukauskas looks just like a little bit leaner. He kind of like just his stand-up style. Not even his stand-up style, just his demeanor just kind of reminds me of a trimmer Tom Aspinall. I don't know why. with no tattoos. Yeah, with all due respect, my keyboard can't type your name, sir. The letters are all scrambled. I sound like Sean O'Malley. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? My radio voice is Sean O'Malley. I'll take that as a compliment, Lee. Need Bukauskas to win. Must buy Amazon. No free ads. No, I'm just kidding. We gave free ads for Liquid IV and what else did I give free ads for on this stream? A ton of other stuff. Locking in Hope you win some money, brother. I picked him to win as well. 340 left into this second round. Again, 5-round fight, so not a complete brawl in the opening rounds. That's typical in championship fights. Ooh, and ducking under an overhand was Chuck Campbell. Clinches up against the cage. Chuck Campbell, I imagine, wants to take this to the ground. He's an AKA guy, so I imagine Khabib is just, he just hears Khabib in his head right now. To the ground! To the ground! Chuck Campbell is a big, strong man indeed, and Bukauskas not allowing him to exert his dominance in the grappling at all. Bukaki for the win! Oh, YouTube's probably going to demonetize me for saying that word. I don't give a fuck. Two minutes and 42 seconds. I'm kidding, YouTube. Please don't demonetize me. Barely make enough for beer money these days. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Mark Goddard is officiating this main event. Surprise, surprise. And he's warning the guys to work. And Bukauskas looking for that takedown there. Doesn't get it. Goddard looking closely at these guys right now. So when you guys look, I rewatched the first, like the Dan Henderson. We were talking about Dan Henderson, Team USA versus Michael Bisping, Team UK season of The Ultimate Fighter. What was it, like season 8 or something? And a young Mark Goddard was reffing the fights in England, which was hilarious. And I was like, I know him. 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the second round. They're separated back in the center of the ring. And a 1-2 attempt by Bukauskas, ducked by Chuck Campbell. Chuck Campbell with some decent head movement. He's been able to dodge the strikes of Bukauskas in this second round. Outside low kick by Chuck Campbell. What's up, Victoria? Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you stopping by. Feel bad for Ryzen that their whole roster got swept. When a nice shot landed there by Bukauskas. I feel a little bit bad, but I truly think that it will help them in the long run because a lot of North Americans tuned into that event and were like, despite Ryzen maybe not having the talent that the top tier that Bellator has, or even, compared to these other organizations, they put on an amazing show. And I'm itching for more Ryzen. Man, when they started the main card with the Pride theme and then ended the event with the Pride theme song, like, I got chills. I was almost crying. I was brought back to a nostalgia. I started watching mixed martial arts, not just the UFC. Like, me and my dad would watch Pride all the time as well. And as a kid, I liked Pride more than the UFC. Done camp officially now. Hope you had a great camp and I hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Happy New Year, Victoria. I appreciate it. I haven't watched any hockey the last 2 days. Oh, the good old Mike Goldberg days. Man, he's been making the rounds on some interviews recently. He was on O'Malley's podcast and Ariel Hawani's. What a beauty. What an absolute beauty. Speaking of hockey, he actually got his foray into jumping knee attempt. A jumping knee attempt by Chuck Campbell. That doesn't land clean. And oh my goodness, Bukauskas went to give the fist bump and Chuck Campbell just shook his head and walked away. Wow. What was I saying there? Oh yeah, Mike Goldberg got his foray into play-by-play doing ESPN hockey games, and he actually even called some Detroit Red Wings, Colorado Avalanche, and Vancouver Canucks games for ESPN. He's a huge hockey fan. His kids play hockey, and he even admits it. Like, yeah, I'm an MMA fan. I'm a USC fan. He does a bare knuckle, not bare knuckle FC, but he does the other bare knuckle promotion. He does their play-by-play now, but he says that like hockey is one of his favorite sports, and that's why I just love Mike Goldberg as a Canadian who's like into hockey as well. Absolutely love Mike Goldberg. All right, folks, who do you think won that second round there? Second round was a lot closer than that first round. I think Bukauskas won that first round. Hell, there's an argument that Chuck won the second round. Again, I don't have a good gauge on the second round. I'm going to refer to you guys. Who do you think won that second round? Tough UK versus USA was legendary in the final with Diego Sanchez versus Clay Guida. Yes, one of the best brawls I have ever seen. All right, round 3, folks.
Let's get it on.
Speaking of brawls and tough, by the way, I have to say, rest in peace, Stephan Bonnar. So sad to hear that news before Christmas. I mean, what an absolute legend of the sport. He only fought killers. He was facing so many health issues towards, these last couple years. Still working as a commentator and in the world of mixed martial arts. And it's just so sad. As a kid, I had such a connection to him and Forrest Griffin in that fight. They're the two guys I love to follow through the UFC growing up. And it's just such a tragedy. We've lost too many figures in MMA this year with Fedoro, with Rumble, and now fucking Stephan Bonnar. It's like, I'm getting emotional saying it. Rest in peace, Stephan Bonnar. 1 minute into this third round, no clinches yet. They're both trying to land that big shot. This is less of a brawl. Speaking of a brawl, very technical striking exchange here. Campbell fighting with urgency like this is a 14-round fight. Goldberg has fake teeth because of Haque. Oh, I love that fucking guy. That just... What's the Archer saying? Sploosh? BJJ for life. You need a stream to watch this. Sorry, brother. I'm watching on UFC Fight Pass. I encourage everyone to get UFC Fight Pass. It's the best streaming platform out there. Fuck Netflix. Fuck Showtime. Fuck Disney. I won't say fuck Amazon because Amazon plays one championship now and I love that shit, but Fight Pass is the only streaming service you need. Happy New Year, sir. Thank you so much. Duncan signed with the UFC? No way. Second round was closer. I agree, BJJ. I agree. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left in this third round. Another close round here as they're going back and forth through the exchanges. From what... I'm going to keep my eye a little bit closer in the second round because I am going back and forth with the live chat, so I don't know who's actually landed more. It's been very even from what I've been watching with like an 80% focus. Splitting my focus here on the chat and the fight. Oh, and a nice right hand by Bukauskas, and they clinch up against the cage. Neither of the guys have got a takedown yet, so whoever gets 1, 2, maybe even 3 takedowns in the next 2 rounds and a half, I mean, that could help in the judge's decision too. If they're thinking it's as close as we are right now. I think Bukauskas won the first round. I have no idea who won the second round. And right now in the third, I still have no idea who's up in the third round. Would love some of your guys' thoughts in the live chat. Again, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. Thank you so much for the support. Clinched up against the cage right now. Both of them have the hooks on each other. Bukauskas is looking to push Campbell off of him. You should check out MMA Holes, Mike Goldberg interview. They're a small channel, but had him on. He talks about his hockey days more in depth. Dude, I will 100% check that out. I'm always jonesing for more MMA content. I'm going to subscribe to that shit literally right after this round. I appreciate you, Theo. Thank you so much for that. Theo, do you subscribe to Napoleon Bonaparte? I've recently just binged all his documentaries on MMA. I absolutely love it. The Pride FC one's my favorite. Book 30-27 for sure so far. Spinning elbow attempt by Bukauskas. Yeah, from what I'm taking away, he's just landing more. He's just landing more. Not enough where it's like putting Chuck out of this fight by any means, but he is landing, I think, a little bit more volume here. Where Chuck is just throwing a lot, but not as much landing as Bukauskas. Again, that's just my take from this. I encourage you guys to give me your takes on it as well. 45 seconds left in the third round, and clinching again is Chuck Campbell, and pushing him up against the cage is Modestas Bukauskas. MMA holes are cool. Dude, are they cool? And maybe I even invite them when I get our podcast going, the City Fights podcast. I also want to, in addition to interviewing fighters and just people in the world of mixed martial arts, I also want to interview MMA creators. Like if I can get the Guru to do an interview with me, even if he trolls me for 15 minutes, that would be so awesome. It would be a joy to talk to him. And I used to work in radio, so I love doing interviews and things like that. Oh, and a head kick attempt on Bukauskas, but he was spinning. Another spinning kick. 2 spinning kicks by Bukauskas. Threw a head kick himself, but that is the end of the third round. I think Bukauskas won the third round. Second round, I'm still undecided on who won that one, but the first round, Bukauskas won again. We are going into the first championship round here, folks. Round 4 next. Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah, I saw Napoleon Bonaparte's vids. He's cool. MMA holes beefed with Guru, which was bad idea. Ooh. It's like Helwani. You take a shot at the king, you best not miss, baby. Campbell isn't active, though. Needs to pick it up. Agreed. Even the commentators think that he's up. Well, the commentators think he's up 3. I will say he's for sure up 2, but I could see the second round going to Campbell as well. I just subbed to Napoleon, but yeah, you should definitely correspond with MMA host Chris. Is cool as fuck. I will, and I'll tell him that my live chat, and I'll tell him that Theo Gate from my live chat sent me here and talk their praises. And yeah, I love. In the hockey world, on my podcast, when I was working in the hockey media, I loved connecting with creators, people who are actually working in the industry, players, and the whole 9 yards. And I kind of want to start. I'm jonesing to do that for MMA, and it'll be a way to beef up this channel a little bit as well. Round 3, folks.
Let's get it on.
Round 4. My mistake. Round 4. Oh, and there it is. Bukauskas with the right hand, and he knocks out Chuck Campbell. It is over.
Look at the finish it. It is all over.
And that is it. That is it. And new light heavyweight champion Bukauskas with one single right hand lays down Chuck Campbell. It is all over. It is all over. He is the new light heavyweight champion, and Team Europe takes the challenge against the United States. He jumps over the cage. He's outside the cage yelling at the audience, "Look at me now." Oh my goodness, folks. This is insane. Come on, show me the replay. I want to see the replay. That was so clean. Just, and he's out. Team Europe wins the New Year's Eve challenge. Holy shit. Chuck needs to go for the KO. Too late. This is a great, decent fight. Yeah, he'll know me. I've been in his chat for years. Theo, I'm excited. Thank you so much for the reference, buddy. Seriously, I appreciate it. Wow. America is doomed. And I lost. Bukauskas. Let's go. Khabib gonna ride Campbell like a horse now. Yeah, AKA practice ain't gonna be fun for Campbell when he returns home. How am I gonna go to work on Monday? Oh my God, me too. I love when Rampage used to bully Helwani. It was awesome because like they have such a fun relationship. He like bullied Helwani, but it was kind of like they had this understanding that that's how like the interviewee relationship was between them. The content was amazing. When Helwani and Rampage walked the streets of New York, have you guys seen that content? I think it was MMA fighting, or maybe it was still when he was with AOL at the time. I think AOL actually became MMA fighting when SB bought them. I don't know. Anyways, that content piece was amazing. Holy fuck. A good day for the UK, baby. He got knocked out. Campbell trains at AKA. The new light heavyweight Cage Warriors champion. Modestas Bukauskas. Like when Dan and Ariel went at before they had beef. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it was like playful, but also comical, but also insightful at the same time. And it's like it was that perfect level of drama. That's the thing. Like people may not dig Ariel Helwani's vibe, and I totally understand that. He's not going to please everybody as a content creator, just like I'm not going to please everybody, just like Guru's not going to please everybody. But he's smart, man. He's smart in the way that he does his interviews. He plays up that role a little bit. Almost, you know, to be a little bit of the like timid type guy amongst, you know, a bunch of these alphas. But he's smart in how he inserts himself into scenarios. He's smart in how he portrays the relationships he has with some of the fighters. And he's smart, I'm sure, like, him and Rampage, though I'm sure a lot of it was organic. I'm sure a lot of it was like a little bit planned too. Man, when him and Frankie Edgar had their great relationship before fucking Ali Abdelaziz, that donkey of a general manager, took over Frankie Edgar and just cut all ties with his guys, except for Kayla Harrison, clearly. How about that drum on the MMA Hour as well? When she called, did you guys watch that when Kayla Harrison called Ali and put him on speakerphone live on Ariel's show? Whew. Wow. What a knockout, folks. He's from AKA Zuner. What a crazy card this was. Right. Like, he didn't care to get smacked. He expected it probably, especially with Nick Diaz. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, Dana back, like, I don't want to say Dana's gone soft. Dana's gone a little bit more professional, and Dana's become more of like, I am Dana White, the figure, the brand, part of a sub brand of the UFC versus just the I don't give a fuck, I'm the president, I'm growing MMA. In that stage, and he can never be like that again, and that's fine. I get it. It's the evolution of the sport and him as a man too, getting older and everything. But like that era of Dana White, man, like from Tough One to the beginning of the Conor McGregor era where the UFC was really making their money, Dana White was fucking awesome. I still think he's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I think, and people are going to hate me for this, the two best presidents in sports, Gary Bettman for the NHL and Dana White, both of them have grown the respected sports and leagues more than any other president in those two respected lanes, in MMA and hockey. So I have nothing but respect for both of those presidents of those respected sports. Well, folks, the old Dana would get canceled today. That too. Dude, even if Tough One aired today, it would be canceled. Not because of ratings, because the ratings would go through the roof and everyone would be clipping shit, posting it on Twitter. Oh my goodness. I'm going to give a shout out to everyone who commented in this live stream, folks. And then we're going to hang up the gloves for about a week, as there's until Caposa unearths, some random Brazilian league, some league out, in maybe even like Norway or something midweek. Then we're probably not going to be doing any more live streams till next Friday, but I will post the streaming schedule either Tuesday or Wednesday. We will have a members only stream. So if you want to become a member of the channel, you don't have to. I'm never going to ask you guys to, but if you want to, there are perks to becoming a member, one of which is our exclusive member stream that we do every Tuesday or Wednesday. So that will be kind of the schedule moving forward for our streams. Probably not going to do many until next weekend, but I will wait to see Caposa's schedule, and then I will make a decision and see what's available, if there's any to post or if there's any we can do midweek. Having said that, folks, I appreciate you all. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever holiday you celebrate around this time. And of course, Happy New Year to you all. If you haven't already liked the video, drop a comment on this video after it's posted, if you don't mind. It really helps us out. It really to be honest, it helps the YouTube algorithm. So I'm just going to say that. I'm never going to ask you guys to donate. I'm never going to ask you guys to become members. All I ask from you guys, if you like the video, get interactive with us if you feel so inclined. And if you can, drop a comment on any of the live streams, even old ones, after they're posted. I really appreciate it. Okay. I'm going to give everybody in the live chat a shout out because I want to show my appreciation for all of you folks who've given some of your time to hang out with us here today. Oh shit, I forgot about Cage Warriors. David Reis, it just ended and it was an amazing event. I mean, I fucking love Cage Warriors. I only hate Dana because he always does the legends dirty once he squeezed everything out of them and gave them CTE. Yes, I mean, and at the end of the day, he's business over, I don't even want to say health, but health's a part of it. Business over personal. And it's both a blessing and a curse for the UFC. Peace and chicken grease, my friends. I am out. Good day, brother. Was I late? Fuck. Sorry, Big Nose You. Yes, we just ended the stream, buddy. We just ended the stream. I'm sorry, but we will be back next week. And Big Nose You, don't forget to check out our community tab on this channel. I will post next week's fight companion schedule around Tuesday or Wednesday. So keep your eyes open for that. And Happy New Year's, everybody. Yes, pop some champagne. hang out with your friends and family, or just chill and enjoy the last weekend of the holidays. Okay, I'm going to do my shout outs, folks, and I'm going to hang up the gloves and my weekend will begin, as I've straight up been streaming 19 hours and 30 minutes of the last 24 hours. How crazy is that? Anyways, Happy New Year's, bro. Happy New Year to you, Diego. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Shout out to you, Diego. Shout out to you, Theo Gates. Shout out to you, Big Nose You. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, David Reis. Thank you so much for joining. Shout out to you, Zoomer Loyalist, one of our diehard supporters here. Thank you so much for everything, buddy. And everyone who supported us in 2022 and helped grow this channel to where it is, you know, a special thank you as well. Kyle and I are always talking about how much we appreciate you guys. Shout out to the Ant-Man channel. Shout out to Craig Crowley. Shout out to Lee. Shout out to Habib. Shout out to BJJ for life. Shout out to Sammy Silver. Shout out to JL. Again, Happy New Year, JL. Oh, Canada, baby. Let's go, Jillian Robertson. Shout out to the keyboard smasher himself. Shout out to Victoria. Thank you so much for the support, Victoria, as always. Shout out to Must Buy Amazon. Shout out to, as I scroll, Sammy Ureman. Shout out to Adebayo. Shout out to Cocaine. Cocaine. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mr. Singh Tattoo Studio. Appreciate you, sir. Shout out to Artom. Shout out to you, Artom. Shout out to Benjamin. Thanks for all the support, Benjamin. I really appreciate it. Good, sir. Shout out to Herman. Thank you so much, Herman. I appreciate you, buddy. I hope you're feeling better. Shout out to Steve Kings. Shout out to you, Steve Kings. Shout out to Dave. Thank you so much for joining, Dave. Shout out to Peak Master. Thank you so much. Vive la France, Peak Master. Thank you so much for joining. Shout out Hunted. Thank you so much for joining. Shout out Jessica Fats. Shout out to Jay. Jay, a special thank you as well, Jay. Jay jumps on a bunch of our streams and supports the channel immensely. So shout out to you, Jay. Special thank you, sir. I mean, Jay's been with us since we were at like 300 subs. So shout out to you, Jay. Thank you so much. Shout out to the Rain podcast. Shout out to Mike Jones. Shout out to Brittany and Brian. I'm still scrolling up, folks. Just still scrolling up. Shout out to Julio. Shout out to Zach. Shout out to Edu. Your boy won, Edu. Let's freaking go.
Yeah, that shit beautiful than a motherfucking.
Shout out to you. You're not that guy, pal. You're not my buddy, friend. Shout out to you, good sir. Thank you so much for joining. I said Sammy Silver, right? Shout out to you, Sammy Silver. Thank you so much for joining, buddy. Shout out to Dario. Shout out to Wazapsa. Shout out to you, Wazapsa. Liam Wolf, shout out to you, Liam Wolf. Shout out to you, Aaron S. I mean, Aaron S has been with us since like 100 subs. So shout out to you, Aaron S. Thank you so much. Alongside Liam Wolf, he's been here since the beginning as well. And Jellyman, thank you so much for the support as well. That is all of them, ladies and gentlemen. That is all of them. Look at that. Mike Jones just dropped in for the final shout out. Mike Jones, happy New Year Day to the hardest working MMA streamer on YouTube. I don't know about that, but I will 100% say thank you for the support. Mike Jones, you've gone above and beyond. Yes, your merch is coming in the holidays and this stupid fucking Teespring website that we use. It's just slow. It took 4 weeks for this to arrive to my place in the US. I know you're in the US too, but it's just madness. I promise it's coming, bro. It's coming. Thank you so much for the support, Mike Jones. Thank you so much to all of our exclusive members, Mike Jones, Gravedigger Jones, Shane Van Ice, Sean Butcher, Ali, and Zuki. Thank you all so much. Aren't a true crime, bro? I think a true crime MMA podcast would be dope. Idaho 4 murderer just got caught. I heard that. Dude, I'm writing that down as maybe like some podcast episodes, vodcasts, as will be more of like a visual documentary podcast, and some episodes alongside with interviews and breakdowns. I will 100% jot that down. That is a great suggestion. I love true crime. Serial, the podcast Serial is the reason I ended up working in this industry. Like it got me so inspired. So that's a great idea. I'm actually writing that down right now. Shout out to Steve King. Shout out to Jake Paul and Andrew Tate. I was scrolling through that shit and just trying not to laugh again. And shout out to you, Big Nose You. Shout out to you, sir. MMA Holes. Good name, by the way. I'm going to reach out to them after this as well. I can't wait to check out that interview. Again, all of you, thank you so much for this tremendous 2023. Please comment on any of the videos that you've joined us for live streams on after they're posted. It shows it shows YouTube that people dig our channel, and it's just good for the algorithm. If you don't want to, that's fine. You don't have to. I appreciate that you've joined us live anyways. Again, I cannot thank you all enough for this amazing 2022. Kyle and I launched this channel right at the end of 2021. 2022 is where we really kind of went all in on vlogs, on streaming, and kind of throwing a lot on the wall and seeing what stuck. We kind of have a rhythm. We kind of know the direction we want to go with this channel, both on the MMA side of things and on our creative output in music, vlogs, and just like film, because we've really fallen in love with filming and video editing and things like that. So the channel is various things under one big umbrella, and I have to thank all of you for helping make that happen. If you dig my vibe and you want to check out more of what this channel offers, like I said, we have a ton of vlogs, we have a ton of video content, and this is the array of content: tarantula feedings, fishing videos, beer and whiskey tasting, music content, vlogs of Vancouver Island, and much, much more, as well as fight content, live streams, fight breakdowns, and much, much more coming in the future. Again, thank you all. Every single one of you who is subscribed to this channel, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Happy New Year. Here's to a tremendous 2023 with all of you folks. And we're just getting started, baby. We're just getting started, baby. Shout out to me. You changed my name to BJJ for Life. Shout out to you, BJJ for Life. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You are all amazing. Check out the community tab on Tuesday or Wednesday, if it's not posted on Tuesday, for the next Fight Companion schedule. I will see you all next year, next week, in 2023. I appreciate you all. Have a great and safe New Year, and I will see you all next week for another Fight Companion on this channel. Peace.